This week's episode of the realest podcast ever is sponsored by Vote for Kathy. Tuesday, May 16th, we need all Philadelphia residents at your local polling stations to vote for Catherine Gilmore Richardson for Philly City Council. In 2019, Kathy made history in becoming the youngest woman elected to Philadelphia's City Council. And the only way to ensure she's able to continue all the great work she started is to vote for Kathy in the 2023 primary elections. So Tuesday, May 16th, pull up to the polls and vote Catherine Gilmore Richardson for Philadelphia's City Council. This message is TRPE approved. Now on to the show.
What up? We back, man. The realest podcast ever. We got a full slate of topics, and we got a full slate of guests.
Yeah.
First time in a while, we got 4 hot mics. We got Chad in the studio. We got Glasses Matt in the studio.
Say something, Chad.
Something, Chad.
Say something, Glasses Matt. The fuck is up? Say something, Jules.
Yo.
Say something, Big Dan.
Yo.
It's one of them rare occasions where everybody's disgust is at an equal level with a number of different things.
Yeah.
So we joined up today in an alternate version. Just like not the TRP Avengers, we're like the TRP Justice League today.
Yeah. Cat's coming here too. So.
Okay, all right, cool. So to talk about everything that's going on, before we get into these topics, a couple of accounting things. First and foremost, primary election day is in Philadelphia tomorrow. I want to clap that up. If y'all don't know, if you've been living under the rock for the last 5-6 weeks, we're supporting Catherine Gilmore Richardson. We want y'all to vote for Kathy for Philadelphia City Council at large. We also want you to vote for Morgan Cephas for state rep. Everybody else, we don't know. Like we're mayor, we're not sure.
Yeah. No one else gave me a hookah. So
Wait, what about Jordan Harris? Is he up for something?
No, he's good. He locked in. Shout out Jordan Harris.
Shout out Jordan.
Good brother. Everything else, we met a couple people yesterday that are running for city council at large. Apparently, the whole city is running.
I want to do a whole review of the weekend, and I want to, you know what I'm saying? That's in there, because that was funny.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
So vote for Kathy, vote for Morgan Cephas. We had a great time at the event yesterday. Appreciate the hospitality, the free liquor, the free hookah, and the free food.
Oh, man, I'm going to talk about that hookah.
Most importantly. Other than that, make sure, if y'all haven't yet, we have a new revamped website, officialtrpe.com. It's all done up. It looks different. It's more sleeker, more blacker, better photos on there and all that. We on there looking cool. The video player is right dead center on the website. Make sure y'all go check that out.
Yeah, just did his thing, man.
And if y'all not subscribed to the Patreon yet, go to patreon.com/officialtrpe, patreon.com/officialtrpe, where we do this for additional times. We've already done 4 shows for the month of May, all that ran basically an hour and 15 to an hour and 45 minutes in runtime. Our typical format over there is 45 minutes to an hour, so we've been blowing that out of the water, giving people additional content and additional topics on everything that's going on. Now, we got 2 big, giant, hot button topics. We got a local one, and we got a national one. And they both involve basketball. Which way do y'all want to go?
Well, hold on. I want to review the weekend.
No, we're not. That's later.
Oh, okay. You have that set up.
Yeah, that's later.
Okay.
We're going to do that later.
Well, you must have. You got some hoochies or something coming?
No.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the weekend later because the hot shit is what's going to make people come and stay.
I ain't know if you had
logged
a
on here.
Strippers or something.
No.
You niggas be playing wild shit, man.
We got the Sixers getting annihilated in Game 7, and we got NBA Job Boy. Which one do y'all want to talk about? Nobody cares about nothing else. They don't care how our weekend
The
went.
one I love, did you see Kwame Brown was like, I heard an NBA young boy. Your new nickname is NBA Dumb Boy. NBA Dumb Boy. Oh, NBA Dumb Boy is funny as shit. You got to start with Ja, man.
All right, so let's start with Ja. Let me open up by saying this, because I got some very strong feelings on this. I want 50 games. 50-game suspension for a dumbass nigga from South Carolina. That's where I'm going with this. You just had an incident 2 months ago. You got called to the league office. You went and spent the weekend at somebody in Florida's house and acted like you went to rehab, did a sham interview with Jalen Rose, lied, and now you right back with your man. I forget the guy's name that's his partner in crime, but y'all really think y'all are Pooh Shiesty and Big 30, and because of that, I want 50 games 2023.
I forgot all about the rehab. You absolutely right. It's like, what the fuck did they do? All right, today, folks, we're going to learn how to draw from the right side instead of the left side. You don't want to go cross body and pull the strap. Like,
he went and got his. He went. You know what he did? He got his universal carry permit. That's what he did at rehab.
Yeah. As a black man, it's very difficult to get to a place of being able to make that much money. Ja's guaranteed contract is $231 million.
Yes.
That's a very, very difficult feat to achieve. And to achieve it in your early 20s is nuts. You got 231 guaranteed on the books. You got potentially another 100 to 200 in your Nike career if everything goes right. Since Kyrie thinks the earth is flat, you now have the chance to make all this money with Nike.
His loss was your gain.
Yeah. To see the issue keep being, like I told y'all before, social media has ruined us. It's not TMZ. It's not a creepy motherfucker in the bushes catching you. It's you.
Yeah, you documenting
Like
you.
You posting the shit. When this shit happened last time, you were on your Instagram page and you posted the gun in the club or whatever the fuck you was doing. This time, it's your right-hand man in the track hawk or in the Cullinan, rather.
Yeah. Saw the blue seats.
Yeah, with the biscuit in your hand. It's just like, yo, what's the issue? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just disheartening. It's disappointing. It's just like, dog, like, after the last one, you court the mulligan of all mulligans.
The super mulligan.
You got the super mulligan.
You got 8 games, 17 days off. You got to go to Charlie Sheen house, play with tigers or whatever the hell you did. Fake deal with your problem and then come back like nothing happened.
Dog. So to see it pop again for the same thing in the same manner is like, yo, they were talking earlier, like, people in the NBA are like, he needs to get suspended for the year.
Yeah.
And
Chandler Parsons said that.
I'm just
suspend
like,
him for the year.
Dog, like that, like Ron Artest ran in the crowd and started snuffing niggas. And he got the rest of the season. Like, he didn't get a full year. I think a full year is kind of crazy, but I think they might have to sit Ja down for like half the season. I think so.
50 games. 50 games.
Only way he can get out of it is if he go become the president of the NRA and the Republicans get behind him. That's about it.
Or he can say he's how can I put this?
Part of an alternative lifestyle.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, right there, bud. Hey, right there, bud. Yeah. One of our other homies said that was like, the only option at this point is to just be like, listen, I'm gay, and I've been fighting my hypermasculinity, and it's been driving me crazy, and I
it's been lashing out. And
it's
he go to the WNBA and cook though.
Average 227 points a game.
Joanna, man.
Yeah. At the end of it, man. Well, not even at the end of it. Just really getting into it. It's like, like what is T Morant? What's no bullshit. When it came in the chat the other day, I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
I thought everything I was doing. I legit seen it and was just like, oh, this is like some funny shit.
This is some B-roll.
Yeah, this is like joking around. Then you like, no, that Instagram video was from yesterday and now it's down and I'm just like, then they freeze framed it on ESPN. And it's just like
bust your brain. I want to say, on a more serious note, I'm advocating for this 50-game suspension, but I absolutely mean it. But on a more serious note, it's just heartbreaking that he has been given every single chance to right his prior wrongs, which is already a very bad track record of just general nonsense. They chronicled it on Undisputed this morning. And I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. So you've been given chance after chance after chance after chance. Get caught with the blicky, out of state. That turned into a whole police investigation. You get that wiped away, and then you like, you know what I'm gonna do, nigga? I'm riding around passenger seat.
No, don't forget he supposed to have pulled the blicky out of the crib.
Oh, on the boy.
On the young boy, but it just wasn't no footage of that.
No footage of it, but it was some talk. It was.
Did you mention the shit at Finish Line?
So that's what I'm saying. I didn't even get into the per incident. Like if we want to re-chronicle it, we can.
Apparently, his mom went to finish line.
Yeah, got into it with a nigga.
Got into it with one of the workers at finish line. She called Ja.
Yeah, some high school junior.
Yeah, and Ja came out there with 9 dudes. Apparently, like, what you mean? Ain't no Sauconys in it?
Young boy locked himself in the closet. Young boy locked himself in the supply closet. Ja came in the back allegedly, banged on the supply closet door. Bring your ass out here so I can whoop your ass. Then left. In the midst of that, with them leaving, the head of mall security sees non-giant niggas leaving the mall looking very menacing, and he basically is just escorting them out. What time you get off, pussy? Because I'm going to find out what time that is, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to deal with you. They leave. Boom. They have another situation at the crib playing a pickup basketball game with a 17-year-old. Right. They get into it. They arguing, whatever. The kid got the best of job, whatever the case may be. He trashed the kid, beat him up. Then when the kid leaving, he flashed a pistol on him. So basically, there's this track record of events that shows like he's in full like Wyatt Earp mode at all times. Like he thinks that his life is Tombstone.
I just watched that shit the other day. Wyatt Earp. Remember?
I'll be your Huckleberry.
He thinks his life is Tombstone. He just like, yo, I got the burner. He turned into bill collector.
Maybe
I got the
Jason
burner.
Williams is his dad.
Remember on Fast and the Furious?
Jason Williams might be his real dad.
Remember on Fast and Furious when The Rock pulled up and just started shooting? Tyrese was like, man, what we supposed to do with Wyatt Earp over here?
See what it is? He's from Carolina, and you from Carolina, you don't play that shit.
What part of Carolina is he from?
Sumter. Yeah.
That's near that land I was telling you. Yeah.
So really, he a real Carolina nigga, and he ain't playing it. He ain't going for the dumb shit.
I mean, well, he's going for it.
I mean, like he's with the dumb shit. But,
My thing is, if I'm Adam Silver, like if this was David Stern would have came to his house and put him in $1 Million Dream a long time ago.
He'd made him cut his dreads off.
Yeah,
you getting
he would have climbed through his window with the clippers and cut a ball spot and shit. Like, what you gonna do with the rest of this?
You're gonna get a season today, buddy.
Like, so it's
you going to my barber. I'm gonna really fuck you up.
So to date, this is as the commissioner of the league, Adam Silver has basically been labeled as being like a softer commissioner, laissez-faire, very hands-off as compared to David Stern. So this is like the toughest obstacle that he's faced so far as commissioner. And now it's like, this motherfucker playing with you. It's one of them Jones where it's like the league office got involved, NBA security got involved, police districts have gotten involved, and you still didn't learn your lesson. What do we do with this? We got to make so as a result of that and your toxic behavior and they call it in employment law, they call it a wanton disregard for your job responsibility. So because you don't want to adhere to the morality clause in your contract, we have to make the punishment so punitive that not only you, but any other dickhead around the league is like, I'm definitely not doing that shit. They might go and find some other creative thing to get themselves jammed up, but they not going to do nothing with guns.
My one homie, he hit me this morning, and he was just, hey, you ever have like one of your dumb homies hit you right before you about to record, and it kind of knock you off your
scramble your eggs?
Yeah. And he was like, hear me out though. What if he liked guns? Like, what if he's just like a gun lover? And I'm like, I don't understand. He was like, like you said, the NRA and people who really
he's a gun enthusiast
for the Second Amendment. He was like, shit, Matt, you like guns. I'm like, yeah, but I don't dangle them on Instagram Live when I work for the National Basketball. I don't dangle guns on live now, and I work for TRPE.
Right, work for my damn self.
So it's like,
put a range in your backyard. You can flash them all day.
Yeah.
He was like, he was like, no, think about it. I just seen Kid Rock with an AR-15 shooting up all these Bud Lights because of the whole trans thing, and I'm like, what's the
correlation?
Right. He was like, I'm just saying, like, no one's upset at Kid Rock. I'm like, they are absolutely upset at Kid Rock. but here's the difference. Kid Rock did ball with a ball to bang 25 years ago, and he made his money.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that the Grizzlies ain't gonna let Kid Rock push point next season. You know what I'm saying?
They're not gonna let him in the arena next season.
Like, I'm like, y'all almost want this. You always say we're so like disillusioned that we almost like fight for the right for other people to have like no
accountability.
No accountability.
Just do whatever.
Like, at the end of the day, you signed a contract to play for this team and to make this. I hate bringing it to the money factor because money ain't the end all be all, but you have an opportunity to make ungodly amounts of money.
Yeah, you can punch your own ticket.
Most human beings can't act like this, where we all have worked regular jobs that make low six figures, high six figures, not even six figures.
Yeah.
And your job will tell you, you can't post shit on Facebook. That's too crazy.
Listen, so much so,
You can't send an email.
see
so
what I'm
much
saying?
so that right there, what you said is a brilliant point, because it's so much so I would come into a new job and basically tell them I don't even have social media because I don't want to open myself up to the scrutiny of something dumb that I might post in some drunken stupor on my social media.
You ever get a Facebook request or something from somebody you work with, and you just like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck was you searching for me? How'd you find me? How the fuck did you even find me? Like, so if I work a regular job and I can't post on Facebook with levels of autonomy, like, y'all almost have this thing where we view these people at above reproach.
Yeah.
That shit ain't cool. Like, what you're doing, you're in the position of a role model, believe it or not. You're a role model to people in Sumter, to the people in motherfucking Orangeburg, to the people in America, young children. You're Nike's premier sports athlete right now, behind, of course, LeBron
and KD.
Serena and all. But as far as the NBA, it's literally like LeBron, KD, you now. So when you're in that position, you just have certain levels that you can't go beneath. There are certain things you just can't do. To see you keep doing this dumbass shit to where now they're reporting that Nike's going to pause the partnership.
Yeah.
It's just like, dog, like, how did we get here?
I'm an OD on YoungBoy today just to see if it gets me in that mood.
to see if it leads you down the same destructive path.
To pull my illegal blicky
Yeah.
out. They put it on. They put it on the IG.
I was
You
watching.
turn on the news, they like, today on South Street in the Hookah Emporium.
Hookah Baron Dan Mitchell.
Hookah Baron. Hookah Baron is fucking hilarious.
Dan Mitchell pulled out his pistol on a group of 93-year-olds.
Yo, Hookah Baron. Real shit, though. It's like, yo, when you really sit back and you really, really think about it, it's like, all of this is absolutely for nothing, and it's just making us look ridiculous as a people. Like, everybody.
Yeah, because in these situations of like peril like this, it brings out the best in some people, it brings out the worst in some people. I've seen great takes that make a lot of sense. I've seen stuff that's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. And it's moments like this where you like, you know, like, we really shouldn't be talking to like 77% of people that have internet access and have, have Wi-Fi and have, a login page to go in there and espouse their viewpoints and their thoughts on shit, because most of them haven't lived enough life or had never had enough on the line to understand why the fuck Ja is wrong. Yes, multiple things can be true. Yes, he can be licensed to carry. Yes, he could have a Utah permit where he has universal carry privileges and all of that old shit. That's fine and that's cool. But then on the other side, it's also true that there's a big ass morality clause in his contract that says if you violate this to some egregious level, we can rip the contract up and not only that, pursue you for back wages because of conduct detrimental to the team and brand equity damage that you're causing as a result of the nonsense that you're doing and the negative influence that's being swung against the organization in the league. Right. So it's like, why do this? Shannon Sharp made a brilliant point on Undisputed this morning. He said, you know what I find interesting about all of this? He didn't have no problems, no reported stories about him until he got his max contract extension. He said until that happened, he was squeaky clean. He played ball. He kept his head down. He worked on his game. He won Rookie of the Year, proved the naysayers wrong and all of that. As soon as he signed that rookie max extension, all hell broke loose. And then now we start hearing all of this different stuff that's going on behind the scenes with him, and it's all tied primarily to one friend in particular, but in general, it's all tied to him and his group of friends, and just being very menacing and just trying to inflict their will on multiple people in multiple settings. There's the Indiana Pacers incident we didn't even talk about.
That was the latest one.
That was another John. There was another John where when they lost to, I think, Denver last year, it was a 1 versus 2 seed game, regular season game, whatever. They lost, they got cooked. And then he, bombed one of the players from Denver post-game interview, whatever, on some tough shit that he did. And it's just like, what is all of this for? Like, you're a professional. You went to a small college, Murray State. You overachieved, became the number 2 draft pick in the league, won Rookie of the Year, all of this stuff, and then you wait till you get to the league to start set tripping?
I mean, Tupac kind of did it.
I keep hearing gangbanging a lot too, so I don't know.
Apparently, there was a Crip the other day.
Brick Baby from Rolling Sixties.
Him throwing up the Crip,
throwing up neighborhood Crip, and he's like, "Yo." And in the slick joint, he gave Draymond a pass, and I'm like, I didn't even know Draymond was throwing up neighborhood Crip. That's a whole nother thing.
That was kind of bizarre.
But he's like, yo, who gave you permission to do that? Like that shit come with murder. That shit come with, having to look over your shoulder. That thing come with responsibility. You ain't financially supporting nobody or gave no book bags.
He said, do you want to pay the Crips for the rest of your life? Because that's what it's going to be. They kick your ass out the league. You still got to pay. Yeah. Like,
he said, who was your end to throw that up? Quando Rondo? Like, I'm confused here. And it's just like, it's all of this, like, coded language and all of this street stuff that's going on that it takes other street figures to come in and have to decipher. And it's like, why is Brick Baby like our gang correspondent on NBA interactions when it comes to this?
Like, why does the NBA have a gang correspondent?
You see what I'm saying?
Like, why do we even have to go through this? This is just nuts.
Damaging their brand reputation.
And even
like,
he
all
was
of this
saying,
is a
he
mess.
was like, bro, you in the NBA, just go be in the NBA.
Yeah.
Like, just stop doing this shit. Like,
Russell Westbrook is certified, and he doesn't do none of that crap.
Yeah.
None of it.
Shit, DeMar, I would imagine, has to have certain ties.
Super stamped.
D-Jack, like.
Yeah, James Harden.
Yeah, like I would imagine, you know what I'm saying? Like just coming
Derrick
up.
Rose.
Shit, coming up through it, I would imagine that you have these different situations. So it's just kind of nuts to see this person who's younger than everybody and coming from this place to where it's like, yo, why are you doing this? Like, what is the reason for it?
And it's crazy that in a league that has had Dennis Rodman, J.R. Smith, Isaiah Ryder, Latrell Sprewell, Anthony Mason, Montrezl Harrell, the entire Jailblazers, somehow you are the dumbest nigga in the history of the NBA.
You forgot Vernon Maxwell, Zebo, Oakley and them, Horn. Like, it was a lot of motherfuckers.
Kermit Washington fucking broke Rudy Tom John in his face. And you're still far and away the dumbest nigga in NBA history. Because when they was playing, that shit was like a second job. I gotta go deliver the mail after this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I want to grill it for loans from 6 to 12. So it is what it is. I'll fucking nigga up out here. Yeah, man.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
Yeah, I can't see bro getting many more chances. And I'm gonna just be honest, like us as people, if you're advocating for any of this, for any of the stuff that went on or goes on in and around this, you need help.
For sure.
You need actual help because we're on like the 12th incident.
Yeah, this is like his 12th second chance.
Yeah. And I look at people who, let's just keep it a buck. We are from Philadelphia and we watched Allen Iverson where for as lit as AI was and as good as he was, the nonsense just kept being a deterrent to the point where you became a journeyman because people just didn't want to deal with the nonsense. Like AI should have gone down on some dirt in Dallas, on some Tim Duncan in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Like Allen Iverson created a culture around basketball and how just parallel it runs to like urban life. He created that.
If somebody were to do, like, really take the time to do an economic study on the economic benefit that Allen Iverson brought to the city of Philadelphia from the time that he was here as a rookie to the time that he left that first time,
it would leave people dumbfounded.
It would blow their minds.
It's really because he created a culture around the Sixers and playing basketball. And for what it's worth, it was kind of just like, yo, you can roll.
Yeah.
And that's really what happened. Like the city, the organization, everything was just like, yo, you can slide. And we love when AI come back and kiss the fucking emblem and all of that crazy shit. But he's really not heralded the way he, like, AI legit should have like multiple statues around the city.
Yeah.
He created industry around the city. So when I look at these other places where, like, again, Tim Duncan in San Antonio or Dirk in Dallas or Dwayne Wade in Miami, like they straight renamed that shit Wade County.
Yeah.
That.
Shit, Kobe in LA. Like,
Right. Like LeBron in Cleveland, all these different things. We watch the nonsense off the court get to the point where it's like, everybody's sitting around like, damn, at least AI had a safety net.
Yeah. It's
You know
so
what I
crazy that AI was so good. He didn't win a championship, and he's still the second most important Sixer of all time,
what I'm saying?
behind Dr. J.
Real
More
shit.
important than Charles, more important than Moses, more synonymous with the Sixers than anybody other than Dr. J.
And you could make the argument with him against Dr.
Yeah.
J just because of how much he influenced and what he did. So I just look at it where it's like, yo, what if you don't have the safety net? Like, what if AI doesn't have the safety net?
Yeah.
That would be annoying as shit to watch somebody just like essentially fade off and then it's just like nothing there. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, these people that are like ingratiated in all these different organizations and businesses, there's no guarantee that they gotta fuck with you.
Hell no.
What Paulie tell Henry? Now I gotta turn my back on you. You know what I'm saying? That's reality. Just because you doing dumb shit that you don't need to be doing. And I look at Ja where it's like, yo, we watch Michael Jordan make $1 billion in his like life and get to where he owns a team and do that shit. But it took Jordan a very long time.
Hell
Jordan
yeah.
stopped playing basketball in 1998. He wasn't registered as a billionaire until like 2016. LeBron James just did it while he's still running
playing.
up and down
Yeah.
the court. These guys like Ja and Zion and Jason Tatum and all of these like face notable superstars of today, y'all have the ability to do that shit in like 8 years.
Yeah.
Where we look at Jay-Z taking 30 years to make $500-600 million, then we watch Lil Wayne and Birdman do it in like 2 decades. Drake did that shit in like 6-7 years.
Yep.
And it's like the next person that comes along that's out of this world mega successful, he's gonna do it at a faster rate.
They literally just ratified the CBA where starting next year, active players can invest in the team that they play for. Yep. You can buy ownership shares in the team that you play for. Yep. So that speaks directly to your point of all of this wealth acceleration and the access of this huge network of people that you're around where at some point in the NBA, everybody's going to be a billionaire. A max contract is going to, a 7-year max contract is going to be $1 billion. Yep. In 20, 30, 48 or some shit like that. Like, that's going to be the norm.
Yeah, shout out to Rashawn Williams for doing that for the players. And we will have him on the pod soon.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, good looking on that.
Yeah, he's the one that got the CBA to do that, and he's working on players getting stock options instead of full paychecks.
Shit.
That's next level.
Yo, it's crazy because I was watching the Chris Rock show. I told you, rewatching it, and he had Jason Williams on there from the Nets back before the whole shit happened or whatever. And Jason Williams had a
5-year, $55.
5-year, $55 million contract, and that was like big shit. And Jason Williams, this was during the strike, '99. And Chris Rock was like, "Are we gonna lose the whole season?" And Jason Williams was like, "Yo, this is the thing. They're trying to portray us in the media like, oh, they're babies and they just want more money." But he's like, here's the thing. If I work for this organization and I'm the reason that this organization, y'all profits are going up and up and up, I should be compensated as such. People look at it and say, oh, you make $6 million a year. Why are you complaining? It's like, well, you looking at it from a standpoint of I make $100,000 a year and the company I work for made $4 million. So it makes sense. I make $6 million, but the company I work for just made $900. We need that.
Yeah.
So he was like, the whole issue is they don't want us to have a CBA. But and when he said it, I'm just like, these niggas didn't even have a collective bargaining agreement.
Yeah.
At the end of the 90s. Show you how different things go in 20 years.
Yeah.
The CBA didn't even exist. So that to your point about like, oh, this is a second job, and I'm doing, like, they didn't even have nothing to protect them. So for you to be in this place now where you play for this organization that has a $4 billion TV deal, let alone all these endorsements and partnerships and this and this and that, you essentially got an Aladdin carpet for everybody that you're attached to.
Hell yeah.
Why are you niggas fighting so hard to not be a part of it? You literally have the golden ticket. You put me in that situation, I hate to be that guy. People, oh man, if that was me. But it's the reality. It's like, yo, you get into a situation where you have access to hundreds of millions of dollars. The nonsense is a no-go. You said it best yesterday. You can't even say gun.
Yeah, all G words are suspended until we
did you
get
see
this.
that girl? No,
I ain't seen nothing. No, I
nigga.
meant lady.
Yeah.
Like, all G words are suspended until we get this thing back on track. And if you niggas got to go back to the Carolinas or wherever y'all came from, because y'all wasn't around at Murray State as far as we know. So wherever you niggas came from, if y'all got to go back there to preserve me being able to get the next $231 to $350 million contract, then so be it. Yeah. Dame Lillard is from Oakland, California. Yeah. Oakland niggas are the craziest niggas on earth. You ain't never heard about Dame Lillard getting in trouble with no gun, with no questionable shit, no hotel, with no skeezers, none of that shit.
Y'all ever watched the 6 Man with Kadeem Hardison
Hell
and
yeah.
Marlon Wayans? Remember the coach? Remember the big Russian boy, the white boy that had the colorful hair on the team, Ziggy? The coach was like, he was snapping on him because they was down. He was like, Ziggy, you missed another rebound. I'm sending you back to Croatia. You ain't even from there. It's like, dog, you gotta send motherfuckers somewhere they not even from.
Yeah, it's like,
You gotta send them niggas back to Des Moines, Iowa, and they not from there. Like, you cannot be around
So
these
I
people.
say that, and I bring up the illustration of Dame, but it's like you could insert player here. You still got some quote-unquote real niggas that come from real circumstances in and around the league. But by and large, nobody gets in trouble. You know why? Because don't nobody want to go back where the fuck they came from.
Bingo.
They want to be able to go back and leave. They don't want to go back because they got sent back because they got cast out of the fucking NBA. Nobody wants to be a part of that shit and be an embarrassment and let down all of these people, and then you got to go stand in these street niggas' faces and explain why you threw your life away.
And one thing I resent as a black man who's gotten older and has just done a lot more, I resent the notion that, like, real nigga equals foolishness.
Yeah, Charlamagne used to say it all the time. Black people equate being real with being criminal.
Yeah, and it's just like, why can't you be a real nigga who, like, gets a college degree and then, like, is an engineer? Like, why does that always have to be in the same wheelhouse? Like, real nigga is, like, being defiant of, like, social norms.
Being defiant to the point where you're breaking the law and you're infringing on other people's liberties to the point where you might go to jail.
Because I saw that on Facebook today where people, like, they hate you when you young and just turnt. And it's just like, no, they actually don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you can be as turn as you
They
want.
don't give one fuck that you're young and you turn. Believe it or not. You can be as young and as turn as you want to fucking be. But when you are part of something, you can't be young and turn. And that's the biggest thing. We walk around now with this attitude of, like, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want.
And nobody
don't
try
say
to stand.
shit. Yeah.
Don't say nothing.
Just pay me. Fuck wrong with you.
How many successful businesses you got? 47? Nigga, fuck out of here, nigga.
Yeah.
You cut the checks, I put the ball in the hoop, bitch.
That's all you got to worry about. All right? You paying, I'm fucking laying. That's it. I'm laying these niggas up. All right? Real shit. Keep the checks coming, white boy. Talking crazy.
And they owner a young white boy.
Yeah.
Ja probably be trying to call him little bro, all kind of dumb ass shit.
What's up with you, big dog?
That's nonsense, man.
Yeah.
It's more heartbreaking than anything. And it's like, yo, you know, we've added some conjecture and, you know, some laughs to it or whatever, because you kind of have to in order to even be able to get through this shit without just completely feeling defeated. Like, you know, like our youth is just completely lost, because it's like, yo, as much as Ja may not want to be one, you are a role model. You are face of a franchise. How you go, so does the rest of the team. You have a communal impact on how the city of Memphis acts and interacts with one another, all of that shit.
I told y'all when we had the initial conversation with Ra, shout out Ra, I'm taking the Lakers because there's no reason to trust the Grizzlies. Y'all are too immature. Y'all leader is a complete knucklehead. I said that on the Patreon. And sure enough, you see it. Dylan Brooks over here, JJJ over here, Desmond Bain over here, Steven Adams over here, Tyus over here, and it's like Ja is y'all leader, and he's doing this dumbass shit.
Yeah, Steven Adams
There's
is
just
y'all.
no reason.
Steven Adams is y'all vet, and he only like 28. He been in the league for 19 years somehow, and he only 28. I was so confused when I found out. I said, "Wait, how old is Steven Adams?"
What's crazy is, you know, he's like the shortest motherfucker in his family.
Really?
Yeah, his they from New Zealand, and they're all like athletes and shit. I think he's got a brother that's 6'11", a brother that's 7'1", a brother that's 7'4". His sister is like 6'10" and a half. They're they're like all gigantic. He's like one of the shortest ones in the family, and he's 6'10", big as shit. Like, get your little ass out of here! Like, crazy as shit, right? Nuts. But yeah, man, I look at the Ja situation as a person who people like kind of listen to, I guess, and just I I was just like dumbfounded. I honestly thought it was fake.
Yeah.
I dead ass thought it was like a joke. I'm like, there's no way he did
That's
this.
one of them joints where you want it to be fake. Like you, like this
They're
can't
like,
be
there's no
real.
way he did
Ain't
this.
no way.
No way. And
2 months after he just got the mulligan on the other joint. Like, and for as much as, Memphis playoff woes and all of that, he wasn't the problem. He was very good in the playoffs. He had a big game. Didn't he have like a 40-something game even when they lost? Like, he played very, very good in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? It was Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks that took the heat off you, and you didn't even take the mulligan.
Did you see the boy imitating the Grizzlies locker room?
RDC, Supreme Dream.
Supreme Dream.
Yeah.
He came in as John Morant. He just like quiet, like, anybody know how old LeBron is? It was like Dylan Brooks. I mean, shut your ass up. I'm just saying. Anybody know how old LeBron is? Like, you made the whole thing about him being 40. Do you know how old he is? He's like, what did he say? He's like, well, what happened to parade in your city? He's like, what, nigga? He's like, you heard me. What happened to parade in my city? But you parade your bitch ass down.
They did a funny ass joke about Doc and the Sixers last night.
Oh, I didn't see that.
My God.
I saw it.
Oh my God, that is funny as shit. I was dying when I seen that shit though, but it's just like, yeah, man, it just, I don't know what to say.
It's heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking. It's disappointing. Hopefully, after he gets hit with this 50-game suspension, he'll get his mind right and, come back with the right attitude, trim the fat, get rid of Crew Thick or whatever the fuck his gang is called, and, come in there ready to play basketball.
Steven Adams was born in New Zealand to a Tongan mother and an English father. His father, Sid Adams, served in the Royal Navy and later settled in New Zealand, where he fathered 18 children. Adams stands at 6'11", and his children all inherited his height. Steven Adams' brother's average height is 6'9.5", while his sister's average height is 6'4.5". 2 of his sisters are taller than 6'10". 4 of his brothers are taller than 7 feet.
That's insane.
Everybody in the family big. I told you, I remember reading that shit like, wait, what?
Bunch of big ass lumberjacks.
Yeah.
Push that tree down for me. They don't even need axes.
Like, what? Yeah. 18 children. They all 6. Can you imagine you getting a rumble with a 6'10" nigga getting the best of it? Hey, I'll be right back, my people.
Hold my beer.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of Zeuses running around.
Fucking Aquaman and shit pulling up. Like,
Yeah, Steven Adams like the little nigga in his family.
That's crazy.
Crazy as shit.
All right, so switching gears, but still keeping it basketball.
Listen.
Sixers.
Before we do the Sixers, I called this shit. I told y'all the Lakers was gonna get to the motherfucking
You definitely
conference
called it.
finals.
Yeah. You definitely called it. Give him some
And I
applause for
said
that.
it. Whoever wins the Lakers-Warriors series is going to the championship, and I'm still on that.
You know what the only problem with this is?
They got to play the Nuggets. What?
You didn't bet it.
I did. Actually, I took the Lakers and the Heat to make the conference finals.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't get it at crazy odds.
Yeah.
But had I bet it when I said
It was a plus 1,300 or
plus
something?
13,000.
13,000.
Nigga, plus 13,000.
we should've
How about how crazy this shit is? Do you want to hear some wild shit?
We should have a lottery pick pool on that.
Yesterday,
God damn it.
yesterday for game 7, Sixers versus the Celtics. You know you can bet who's first to score, right? You could always do that. Now you can bet who's first to score and how they score for better odds. I'm looking at it. I swear to God, because I put a bet in yesterday. I took the Sixers money line, which of course blew up in my fucking face. But I took James Harden, all of his overs on a parlay because I had a free bet. Because I'm like, yo, for the Sixers to win,
He's gotta do it.
got to go
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
He didn't go off. That's
We're going to get into that.
But I'm looking
That's why they lost.
I'm looking at the first to score and first to how they score.
Yeah.
And I go to James Harden. It was James Harden first to score layup, James Harden first to score three-pointer, first to score foul shot, first to score dunk. And I was like, James Harden has only had 2 dunks in the playoffs. Did you know that?
Yeah.
And him to score first with a dunk paid plus 26,000.
Somebody hit it with $50.
Bean would have brought back 26,000. The first shot of the game, Jordan Harden shoots a 3, misses it. Tatum gets the rebound and goes to throw it to Brown. He throws it to Brown. James Harden intercepts it. I'm like, you got that.
He about to dunk it.
Dunked the fucking ball.
Insane.
2-0. I was sitting there like, what the fuck?
Somebody had $50 on it.
I seen that. Somebody had on the jump.
Yeah.
I looked dead at the shit and was like, he not going to do that shit on a dunk. And I'm sitting there like, yo, I should just bet the shit just to be
No,
funny.
$20, anything.
yeah.
$100 would have brought back 26,000. He dunked that fucking ball. Start that fucking game. I was like, what in the hell?
That was your watch.
Yeah. I got 2, nigga. Like, what?
So
Called Dunbar, yeah.
So
Where we at with it?
real quick. So after yesterday, now we have the whole conference finals locked in. It's a repeat of the bubble, which everybody, not everybody, but it's like 50-50. Certain people said the bubble don't count. Other people said it's actually the hardest way to win a championship. It's like AAU style, whatever. So now we have a repeat of the bubble, which basically blows up that whole theory of the bubble not counting. That shit is out the window because essentially most of these teams are constructed of their same top players, just interchangeable role players or whatever. And I think Miami's team is like identical.
Yeah, just Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
It's the only difference is Kyle Lowry.
Miami actually is like got a little less than when they did. Because remember, they was the 8th seed this year.
Yeah.
They got a little less.
Denver, same exact team.
Same exact nucleus, same shit for the Lakers, same shit for the Celtics.
So we got Lakers, Nuggets, we got Heat, Celtics. What's going to happen?
I told you, I bet it already. Lakers Heat.
Lakers, Heat.
That's what I it's something about the narrative of that. It would be the first time ever a 7 and an 8 met in the finals.
Yeah, this is already the first time ever
7
that
and
they
8 both made to the
the
conference finals.
playing teams made
Right,
it to the
playing
conference.
teams made it to the joint too. So it's like, but a 7 and an 8 playing in a championship would be absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now Zach, he was telling me like the league wants Lakers Celtics.
For
which
sure.
Of course, who the fuck does
Because
that?
of the nostalgia.
I personally said the other day, I'd love to see LeBron get his 5th ring, right? I don't really think it changes anything as far as like the narrative of like best ever. For me, I told you I already kind of got LeBron best ever. I just would like to see him get a 5th ring just because Kobe had 5. That would be cool. What I really wanted to see, and the Sixers being losers, complete losers,
Come on, man.
fucked it up.
Come on, man.
I wanted to see the Nuggets and the Sixers make the finals so that we could see the battle of the
brawl
big men
for it all.
and then watch Jokic absolutely like annihilate it. Like I wanted to see that shit back because I want to put you motherfuckers in your proper places to really understand just how good Nikola Jokic is.
He's an alien.
Like a lot of these motherfuckers really don't watch basketball and take it all in.
Yeah.
He had a game the other day where he had 30, 17, and 17. And I be trying to explain shit like this. Like, that's not normal.
Yeah.
If you score 30 points and then assist on 17, you're directly responsible for 64 points to your team. You grab another 17 board, which means offensive rebound start. You realistically might
Another
be
34.
You might be the reason for like
chance
80
opportunities.
points
Yeah.
scored on that day for your
Yeah.
team. Nobody in the NBA is doing that type shit. Nikola Jokic goes into games every day, and his assist over is higher than most point guards' assist over.
Yeah.
His rebound over is higher than every other rebounding nigga's over.
Oh, and guess what? He just shot 44% from 3 against DeAndre Ayton and the Phoenix Suns.
Like, Nikola Jokic is unfucking believable. But I really wanted to see the Nuggets versus the Sixers.
He did something very, very smart this year, Nikola Jokic I'm referring to, and he basically took off the last 2 weeks of the season and basically said, I'm going to gear up for the playoffs and be prepared so that I don't break down once I get into the playoffs. And he has been annihilating people night in and night out. Even when they lose, like he's doing like
That 30-17
otherworldly shit.
was a loss. He just
Didn't he have a 53 point?
53 the other night to close it out. Like the nigga is nuts. Like he's good as shit. And I really wanted to see him and Embiid go head to head with James Harden and Murray, and then the role players. I wanted to see it, but y'all don't win.
Hire Doc Rivers. That's what needs to happen.
You on that?
Yeah, hire Nick Nurse. That's it.
Nick Nurse is a very good coach. I like Nick Nurse a lot.
I
All
think
right,
Nick Nurse
so
is all that.
let's get into it. Sixers lose Game 7 in Boston. They lost by 24, but it felt like 40. Jason Tatum had 51 points in the Game 7. He is now career 5-1 in the Game 7. Who's the only person he ever lost to in the Game 7? LeBron James. So Jason Tatum is a world beater. He did everything right yesterday. They were like doing like a live ticker, like game tracking, like the all-time Celtics playoff scoring record or whatever. He had, I think, 42 in the third, and it was like, all right, the only person that had more was John Havlicek, had 47, and like he's on pace to break the record. He ended up the game with 51, and just pretty much he was just styling on every. He hit every shot. He's very slippery, and he played hard-nosed defense the whole game. Not to mention, whoever he came up against when he was on defense, he just pretty much took him out of the game, aside from his offensive performance. The Sixers shit is just very, very embarrassing. I'm hearing that James Harden had a party on Saturday night, and then we have it on good authority. We won't say where.
On good authority.
We have it on very good authority that he was out last night.
Celebrating that.
Celebrating Game 7 loss with a bunch of bottom of the ninth hoes. I was told, and
7 hookahs.
but I did hear he tipped well. So congratulations for that. But yeah, we have eyes and ears everywhere, James. You cannot hide, sir.
You can't get away.
You can't get away from us. So
If you order 7 hookahs.
so
You order 7 hookahs in Philly, damn fool. Like
Amber alert! Amber alert!
Dan on one of them old school phones. Yeah, no, we right there. I'll be right there.
James Harden was putrid yesterday. He had 9 points on 3 of 11 shooting. The team was negative 30 when he was on the floor, and he had 5 turnovers. He had 3 zeros in the fourth quarters of games 5, 6, and 7.
No, I'm good. I caught my hair on my.
He had zeros in the fourth quarters of games 5, 6, and 7, and just basically looked completely uninterested. And he already has his U-Haul booked to go to Houston.
James was probably what, ice cold beer. Like, man, I'm gonna get a mint with a strawberry. I'm gonna get lost 66 with some passion fruit. Deep put me onto that one.
Allegedly, it's love 66 straight.
No.
Is the Rugs
No, but Devin Haney's fighting this weekend, fighting Loma, so he probably want to go to the fight, go to Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Bring out my jewelry and my toolery.
Yeah.
They're from Vegas to Cancun.
1, 2, 3 Cancun.
You are the biggest Sixers fan.
Yes, you gotta give us some hashtag analysis.
Where are we at in the process? Is the process over, or are we still processing?
He's still here.
So he's the process.
He is the process.
All right.
Right
Ben
now.
Simmons last night.
Listen.
Okay.
Ben Simmons turned into Harden, all right? So here's what we got to do. We got to fire Doc, trade Tobias, and we'll be okay.
Why do you hate Tobias so much?
Making $1 something. And
Tobias had a great game yesterday, though. Tobias wasn't your problem
But he had 19 points.
on like 65% shooting.
But we're paying him $1 something to score.
Well,
19 points
according
in
to
a
my
game.
game notes,
Yeah, what you
you're
got
paying
there?
Embiid $45 million, and he had 15 points and 8 rebounds,
Okay.
2 points in the second half on 1 of 6 shooting.
6 shots?
Man.
He's injured. I mean, his knee is messed up, right?
I think everything is messed up. But here's the thing. Y'all gonna get mad at me. I don't care. I said it before.
Don't say it. They're better without Embiid on the floor.
Listen, I'm not.
Game 1 with us.
I'm not trying to say that they're necessarily better. I just don't think that. I said it before. I think Embiid is a generational talent. I told you before. We go to these games and we sit that close and watching how he can move and go Euro step. He's a generational talent. I think he's not in the right generation though. If Embiid played basketball in 2002, he'd score 60 and grab 18 every night because the game was a lot slower. The game was a half-court game. Mm-hmm. With this fast-paced, multiple possession, like it's motherfuckers out here doing 120 possessions a game sometimes. This shit is just too fucking fast. So you look at Nikola Jokic. You know what his biggest strength is? It's not scoring. It's his ability to pass. Right. Where he can come out of the post and almost run the offense. Look at how good he's made Michael Porter Jr. and them look this year. Michael Porter Jr. going to get another check.
Another max contract.
He figured it the fuck out with half a back. Seriously. If Michael Porter Jr. was on the Sixers, you know who'd be? George Niang. Trying to trip niggas in the middle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's real. So I just think Joel Embiid, for as good as he is, he's not a playmaker. And to be successful in this, you got to be like the playmaker's playmaker. Mm-hmm. You get where I'm going with that?
Like look at the Warriors.
And he don't have strong leadership skills at all.
Look at the Warriors in Lakers series. It got close again when they turned Steph into a distributor. Like they basically said, they're keying on Steph. They throwing Vanderbilt at it. They throwing the kitchen sink at this motherfucker. Turn him into a distributor. What do? Go out there and
have a 30-point triple-double with 15 assists. Because it's like, he's a playmaker.
And B can do that too.
He don't though.
No, he doesn't. He just doesn't, but he can.
I ain't never really seen that.
Let me look at some stats right here, man. He can do it. Check this out.
He gonna be a while.
Yeah. I just looked at it like this.
We only got 32 minutes left.
I just looked at it like
Right
this,
here
man.
in the Cameroon League in 2012, Joel Embiid had 11 assists. Like, real shit.
I just look at it like this, man. The Sixers looked like they pretty much was checked out. Like probably about 4 minutes into the third quarter, they was just like, all right, bet. So you got Cancun. Tulum is only 30-minute drive. Like they had their travel plans booked. Like we've seen this from Harden before. We haven't seen it from Embiid. As far as just like not going out on your sword and being like a maximum level competitor. But Harden had his mind made up in the first quarter.
Should have hammered the PJ overs.
No, I was just about to go in.
Shout out to PJ.
Hammered the PJ overs.
PJ Tucker in the first quarter, when he hit the first 4 shots, well, he missed the first 2, then he hit
Yeah.
the next 4. I'm like, oh, PJ gonna will him to this shit. And they had the meme where he was yelling at Embiid, like
No, he was yelling at Paul Reed.
from the old meme.
No, when he was trying to get Embiid hype.
But I'm talking.
Oh, okay.
When he was yelling in Embiid.
I thought you were about
ear.
the recent Jones.
No. They was people said they had the video like, oh man, it's the Sixers' time, and they was posting
Yeah.
the
Like
video.
when Draymond was talking to KD.
Right, and he was yelling in Embiid ear,
yeah.
and then at the end of the third quarter, the same boy was like, "Never mind." It was a joke. PJ Tucker just staring at Embiid. I was fucking dying, man. But it's like, yo, PJ Tucker, Tobias, they all came out and balled yesterday. They was there.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid and James Harden as your stars combining for 24 is just
32. It was 32. It was 17 and 15. They had 32, right?
No, Harden had 9
Harden at 9.
on 3 of 11 shooting.
Refresh.
Yeah, it refreshed that
You still
jump.
looking at the camera?
You looking at game 6? Yeah, Harden had 9.
You like
Yeah,
my pop. Yeah. Wait, what team Harden play for? All right, let me see
Harden
something.
did have 9.
Yeah, you're 9 and Embiid at 15.
Maxey had 17.
Yeah.
Everybody showed up at them too. They show up. There's a whole different dynamic.
Melton had a horrible game too. DeAnthony Melton.
Yeah, but he's street.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we don't expect much from him.
But yeah,
Plus he had to chase Tatum around.
Joel played like the M-V-Flea yesterday. Let's just call it what it is.
When George Niang tried to trip Jaylen Brown,
It's like, all right.
it's over. Y'all resorting to old school shit. That's it.
Try something.
Yeah, he tried something.
I mean, you know.
Let me put my 2 cents in.
Here go your Gatorade right there. You drink that. Now you, nigga, passing the fuck out there. Y'all resort to scumbag tactics now. It's over.
I mean, Jalen Rose did it when he couldn't guard Kobe, right? Put his ankle out, put his foot out for him to step on it.
Zaza did it. Remember the Kawhi?
Yeah, I mean, when you losing,
Well, Skip called him Jaja Pacheep shot.
For cheap shot.
when you losing and you frustrated, look
You
at
got to do like Robin, man. You got to start fluffing.
Yeah. So let me ask y'all this. What is this now? The second round exit for the Sixers for the process?
5 out of 6 years.
5 out of 6 second round?
Atlanta,
Toronto.
on the shot last night.
Last night.
I can't remember.
What happened in the bubble year?
Um,
Same thing.
Same thing. Second round.
yeah, second round. Yeah, 5 out of 6 years.
I know they ain't been in the Eastern Conference Finals because you figure LeBron was in every one up to 18.
Yeah.
19 was the Toronto year. They beat them in the second round.
Yeah.
20 was who went to the Bucks.
21 was Atlanta.
Atlanta,
Right?
yeah, because the Heat round the. I mean no. Who went to the championship at 21 from the East?
The Bucks.
The Bucks.
It was the
Right.
Bucks against Phoenix.
No, Phoenix.
No, I'm saying, but they beat Atlanta
To
They
go.
beat Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlanta beat. Yeah.
That's when Ben.
Yeah,
Simmons
5 out of
wasn't
6
down.
years.
Yeah, let them be. Yeah.
I think it's all over. I think they blow the whole shit up. Fire Doc, trade Embiid to Miami in like some 7-way trade because he wants to be in Miami. He's on Jimmy Butler's dick. They're obsessed with one another. They had this weird bromance going on, and they want to be together. So reunite them. Let them niggas go where they gonna go. Get 15
Miami
first
got
round
Cameroon
picks.
weather.
Yeah, like we'll Bam
and some Cameroonians.
and Bam is phenomenal. Bring Bam. The Sixers fans will love Bam. He does everything. He defends 1 through 5. He can defend the pick and a roll. He's an underrated offensive scorer. He'll blossom, with the right coach or whatever. And if it is Nick Nurse, then you see how he coached up Siakam and other players like that. He'll be phenomenal. Yeah. So get them out of here. Get Harden on the first thing smoking to Houston. And, you probably going to have to attach a pick to get Tobias out of here, but he should go also. So now you're looking at Bam, Maxey, and then whatever your draft picks are.
Yeah, one of my favorite things to do is ask Dunbar, is he a Sixers fan? I love doing this shit. We went out to eat last night. He came in the joint. He was like, I knew these motherfuckers was going to ruin Mother's Day, man. I'm just like, yeah, you a Sixers fan? He's like, why the fuck we got to keep going over this? Why the fuck we got to keep going over this? Yes, I'm a Sixers fan. So let me ask you this. As a Sixers fan, do they get a championship anytime soon?
Yeah.
If they blow it up, you think so?
Fire Doc. Hire Nick Nurse.
So you like James Harden?
Not with high expectations. With low expectations, second or third score. Yeah, I like him.
But the amount of money he commands, he automatically has expectations attached to that, which is the problem.
In his hand,
That's a good call, but at a more cost-efficient price, I like James Harden.
Well, he took a haircut last season, and he's not doing that again.
I'm going to keep it a buck, yo. I don't think Embiid and Harden fit well with each other. I just don't.
The pick and roll.
Embiid low-key needs to be playing with, I'm trying to think what would be like a good setup for him. Like, you know what would be real good for Embiid? Playing in place of Jared Allen in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like with Donovan Mitchell and all. Like, I think that would be like a good-ass look. And I think James Harden would be better suited to play in a situation sort of like
Westbrook and the Clippers.
yeah.
Let me ask y'all this. If the Sixers could get Evan Mobley and Darius Garland and some picks for Embiid, would you do it?
No.
No, not enough.
Yeah, that's not enough.
How much more would it need to get done? Because Evan Mobley was the second runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year, and Darius Garland is averaging like 25 points and 8 or 9
I just
assists.
feel like the optics of it looks so crazy for giving up like the biggest motherfucker. You know, it's a big, a 7'2" MVP. But I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, yo. And again, I'm not nostalgic in any way, so I don't hold on to that shit. But at one point in the NBA back in the day, it was like you couldn't teach height. You remember that thought period? Mm-hmm. That thing, you can't teach height. We've gotten to a point now of like, yo, you almost don't want to be that big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you want to be 6'7", 6'8", and a stretch 4. That's the key now. That's going to have you in the
you need 7 of them.
Yeah.
Like Boston.
Right, but I
like the Lakers.
Yeah.
Like you got Austin Reeves. You got Vanderbilt. You got Anthony Davis. You got LeBron James. Like, you got all of these players that float between 6'6" to 6'10" that are interchangeable, that can play 2 to 4 positions.
I told my homie, I'm like, yo, the Lakers, the team that LeBron is on right now, he's never been around this many playmakers in his career. And he's like, what the fuck you talking about? I'm like, no, let's seriously think about it. The first Cleveland team, there were no playmakers on that team. You understand what I'm saying? Even the Heatles, it was him, D. Wade as playmakers. Bosh was coming off of screens, and then there was a bunch of shooters.
Yep.
When he went back to Cleveland, him and Kyrie were the only playmakers. I used to watch those games where LeBron, the Cavs would be up 6 at halftime, and if he take a couple minutes off in the third, they was down 8. In this shit you watching now, that game against the Warriors the other night screamed volumes to me. They had a 1-point lead at halftime. LeBron didn't play the whole third. The Lakers was up 10 going into the fourth.
It's a
different
team.
Because this team, you got Hachimura, who done had a 30-point game off the bench. Austin Reeves done had a 28-point game off the bench. Dennis Schroeder is hitting shots. We watched the other night where in a crucial game 5, down the stretch, it wasn't LeBron, it wasn't AD, it wasn't fucking Vanderbilt, Austin Reeves, Hachimura. You know who came in and did these niggas?
Lonnie Walker the fourth.
Ronnie Walker the fourth.
Foe gang in this bitch.
Yeah.
Big foes.
Big foes. Ronnie Walker the fourth came in and buried the Warriors. Yeah. That's something different where you around that many playmakers. That's what you got to have now. You got to have dudes who can go and get their shot. And when you watch the Sixers, to a certain extent, PJ Tucker goes and stands on the right corner. Niang goes and stands in the left corner. Embiid is over here, and if he not moving around, it's essentially Harden at the top doing for 20 seconds.
Maxey can create,
but he's almost like too fast for himself. You know who Maxey would look real good with? The Nets.
Hell
I'd
yeah.
love to see him,
Him
with
with
Miles
a
Mikal
Bridges.
Bridges.
So they gotta trade him to Philly.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like,
Well, you do know they had him,
And traded him on draft.
and his mom worked for the team.
It was beautiful. And we traded him to Phoenix. Yeah.
But
Elton
I would
Brand.
love to see Tyrese Maxey run with a team that's as capable of being as fast.
Or
as
put him on the bench and let him be like Jamal Crawford.
He not that though.
I mean, you can run with the second unit.
Too good for them.
Hey man, I'm just saying it's an option.
Is he a point guard or is he an undersized too?
More
He a,
about-
he a point guard. I think he a
it
point
goes
guard.
back and forth in my opinion.
Because the new point guard is the new two.
Right.
Like that's really what we got now. Steph Curry, James Harden, Russell Westbrook. That's
Yeah.
what
He
we
don't
got.
shoot good enough to be a
I don't think he's a good enough shooter to be like
Yeah,
a two.
They can grow into it.
Yeah.
But he's still 20, 21. Still a young kid.
He's a young buck.
Yeah, he has time.
So you think Doc Rivers getting out of there is the key?
And
I
trade
think Doc is
Tobias.
done.
Yeah, and trade Tobias.
Yo, they said yesterday that Doc is 6-11 in game sevens. I was like, how the fuck you done played 17 game sevens?
Because he can't make adjustments to figure out how to not make it.
No,
to
but
game
no
7.
coach in the history of the NBA has done less with more than Doc Rivers. He had the Lob City Clippers. He had that Boston team. They won one championship and then they went to another one. Those Orlando. Didn't he coach the Grant Hill, Tracy McGrady, Orlando teams? Wasn't that him?
I think he was in it for a year.
They have.
Might, yeah, let me. Shit.
I'm pretty sure that was correct. He coached them
got
Grant
it.
Hill, Tracy McGrady teams, which Grant Hill ended up getting hurt. That wasn't his fault.
I think that's what
But
started him.
yeah, but you still had Tracy McGrady when he was the second or third best player in the league. That's supposed to count for something. Then now with the Sixers team, you had Ben Simmons, and I forgot that he was the damn coach in 19 when they lost. I said, oh, he was the coach when they lost to the Raptors. For some reason, I thought it was still Brett Brown for some reason. So it's just like, he's got all these
Yeah, you're right.
heartbreaking.
He started out with the
He
Magic.
started out with the Magic. So it's like, nobody in the history of the NBA has done less with more talent than Doc. There's no way in hell that Clippers team wasn't supposed to at least go to a finals.
Yeah.
They perpetually couldn't get out of the second round. They beat the Warriors that one year, and then the Warriors came back every year after and just kicked their ass.
Crazy part is Doc Rivers made the NBA list of top 15 coaches ever from NBA.com.
Top 15 coaches ever
Know how.
Top 15 coaches ever.
with one championship?
Listen to what I'm telling you.
That is criminal.
The top 15 coaches ever are Red Auerbach, Larry Brown, Chuck Daly, Red Holtzman, Phil Jackson, Casey Jones, Steve Kerr, Don Nelson, Popovich, Jack Ramsey, Pat Riley, Doc Rivers, Jerry Sloan, Eric Spoelstra, and Lenny Wilkins.
Doc Rivers is not a better coach than Rick Carlisle.
Doc Rivers being on this list and not being last.
It's
right with me.
Like he's flat out in no era of basketball has he ever been a better coach than Rick Carlisle. Never.
I agree.
Not ever. It just doesn't make any sense.
Nah.
So to see him on the top 15 coaches of all time, that's insanity. He's not a better coach than Spoelstra.
No.
No.
You know who else is really good that don't get enough credit? Tyronn Lue. I think Tyronn Lue's a good ass.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Tyronn Lue got put in a twist because he was just basically in a situation where he was supposed to coach the Lakers. The Lakers is a weirdly run organization, so they had all this other Kurt, Linda Rambis, and all this bullshit.
They all
like
fucking each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't
Like,
nobody thinking
no,
good.
my stepson gonna be the assistant head coach, and he like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, we'll pay you whatever you want.
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna just go ahead and GM today because I want this bitch in the office.
like weird shit like that. So he ended up not coaching the Lakers, ended up with the fucking Clippers, and on paper, they was paper champions. They looked like they was about to make a finals run the next 5 years. Kawhi's hurt, Paul's hurt, they both hurt. Like, they've only played like 31 games or some shit like that, some weird shit like that, like in 4 seasons. This is dumb.
Yeah, Sixers in a bad way, man. They I said it before. In fact, on that show we did, I was like, they don't beat the Celtics.
Yeah.
I took the Celtics, makes it easy conference
I
final.
picked the Celtics in 6, so to see that they even go to Game 7 was like surprising for me, just because the Celtics are just better. They're a better run organization. They're a better coached organization, and their best player is better than our best player. Jason Tatum is better than Joel Embiid. I don't care how people feel about it. I don't care if people think Joel Embiid's not as good as Jason Tatum.
Yeah, just positionally, he's like you can do more with it. Yeah, I get that.
Jason Tatum played 2, 3, 4
Yeah, at
at an elite level.
So wrapping the basketball up, where are we at for the last 4 teams? What are we thinking?
I want to see Lakers Celtics.
I'm thinking Lakers Heat.
I respect it.
You know what I'm saying?
Jimmy Butler's on a tear. I just think the Heat just so phony to me. Like, how are y'all doing this?
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling. Like, how are y'all doing
The
this?
craziest shit about Heat is like when the Heat games start, it's only like 70 people there because everybody's partying this shit out the streets. Then it'd be like, yo, after Live, we go to the Heat game. That's how the fuck it be. Like nobody be there until like the third quarter. That should be crazy. But yeah, I put it in. I took Lakers Heat.
What you got, Jules?
With Chad, Boston, and LA.
So nobody's fucking with the Nuggets.
Nobody.
And here's the thing. I love the Nuggets. I told you the other night, the Nuggets look like a buzzsaw right now. They've just been fucking people up. They beat people by 30 points with regularity, and they throw 10, 11 players at you. It's like, where did this nigga come from? Oh, no, we got him from Venezuela. Like, they just got niggas that, like, we talked about that, like those long, lean players that shoot the three, finish at the rim, can defend, but it's not going to matter because LeBron and AD are better than Jokic and Jamal Murray. And I think that their filling guys and their role guys and interchangeable guys are a little bit better than Denver's. I like the Lakers to win it in 6.
And y'all know I'm a LeBron fan. We all know that. Like, this is kind of it for LeBron. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He doesn't have much longer where he can be at the top for an extended period of time. Because even now you watch it. He have a game where he's really, really precise and really, really on the ball. Then the next game, he's
4-17.
the old head shit. Like, you know how nigga drive to the lane. All right, watch out, young blood. Like, he like ripping his leg out.
He beat the last game that they played. He was beating niggas with all Bob McAdoo moves. He was backing down from the 3-point line.
LeBron in game 5, I don't know if anybody peeped it. He hit a hook shot coming across. I was like, oh, Bron, get up there. Nigga just went for a hook shot. Like, you know, he don't got that breakaway anymore, the jumping over everybody. So it's like, it ain't but so much longer. And then, you know, being able to do it every other
Got about
night.
2 more seasons left.
I don't even think it's that long.
Nah, 2 more.
No.
With low
If he win
management,
this one, you think he done? You going to, like, sneak retire?
waiting for his son.
I don't think he sneaked retire. I'm more so saying where it's like, to be in that realm of the best out there.
Not even gonna try to be elite no more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, next year they're starting the whole thing where you can't be all NBA without a certain amount of games played or some shit.
Yeah. 65 games.
65 games. So it's like a lot of these dudes are just gonna like him, KD, like that shit is gonna be kind of like over. Like LeBron snuck into they like ain't nobody looking make him.
Make it 13.
13, man. One time for all. like one time, nephew. Put me on there like, yeah, nephew. What's up, nephew? Put me on that now. Goddamn now. Like, so they snuck his ass on the 13, but like all of that shit's gonna be out because they making way for like all of the new guys. And I just don't see him being in a situation where, let's be frank, if they do get past the Nuggets, you got 2 of the youngest teams in the NBA waiting for you. Mm-hmm. And we see the Celtics. They're going to run. Mm-hmm. And LeBron is getting older. You know, that's just what it is. He's getting older. AD's getting older. Like, it ain't but so they, like I said on that Patreon episode, the Lakers have a shot to a title or a path to a title that makes sense. I said it.
Fact.
They're playing the Timberwolves for the play-in. Rudy Gobert got suspended. Y'all gonna get past the Timberwolves. Mm-hmm. First round, y'all go in as the 7th seed if you win that play-in, because that was key. Because if they lose that, they come in as the 8.
Yeah.
You ain't want the Nuggets first round.
Not first round.
But because now the momentum is rolling. Y'all beat the Timberwolves. Rudy suspended. Remember, I was like, AD gonna be able to do what he want. They did it. Boom. Y'all get past them. Y'all got the Grizzlies first round. Mentally, they not even fucking with y'all. So y'all almost got like, that's like target practice.
Yeah.
Y'all go out there. Y'all whip on them. The key was the Warriors going 7 with Sacramento and having a run as crazy as they did with them. They came into the Lakers shit tired.
Yep.
Y'all get them. Y'all dismantle them. Y'all got a little rest now. This is going to be tough going against the Nuggets. But if they get past them, it don't get sweeter because these teams run. Both the Heat and the Celtics run. So it's like I'm looking at it where it's really, as much as it sound crazy, LeBron and AD is not going to matter as much as we think going forward. It's really going to fall on Austin Reeves, Hachimura, Dennis Schroeder. Like, y'all
D'Angelo Russell.
Y'all going to basically have to have the games of your lives. If y'all do it, y'all win a championship.
Well, the good news is everybody's trying to get paid. So niggas is going to be playing out of their minds as far as I can see because they all are up for contracts.
Hachi is trying to drop Savage like 3 on these. Like, Hachi trying his hardest to get paid in this offseason. So, it's really like, look at the game the other night. Austin Reeves was the catalyst in that shit when the league got stretched out.
Yeah.
You watched the game where, like I said, Hachi had 30 off the bench. Like, it's going to come down to them. And if they are in it, LeBron and them, not saying they get the coast, but, like, think about it. LeBron ain't really had, like, a crazy game yet. You know what he's doing every night? 22, 23. LeBron's over-under every night be like 24 and a half, 25 and a half.
Yeah.
LeBron ain't out here dropping 39 and 12 and 14 like he been doing all them years before because he just don't got it in him. So, but you look at the Lakers, when AD goes out and has 15 and 7, they're losing.
Yeah.
When AD does 30 and 18, they're smoking motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's really just going to come down to everybody around LeBron.
Yes.
And I'd like to see him get his
I want to give a special shout out to my man Dante Spears from Power for turning AD into a man. AD now plays through injuries. If he's hurt, chipped up, whatever, he come out there. Normal used to be AD, New Orleans AD. I ain't gonna see you for 4 months. Like I broke my toenail. Like Darvin Ham has him playing through injuries, playing like a man, getting down on the block, and it's like, nigga, it ain't that bad. Like you ain't going against Hakeem Olajuwon and Patrick Ewing every night, nigga. Ain't nobody throwing a bunch of elbows at you. Get down there and get some rebounds.
Did you see they were saying if the Lakers win the chip, Pat Bev and Russell Westbrook
Get a ring.
get rings, whatever. And they had DeMarcus on the joint the other day, DeMarcus Cousins. And he was on the team that won the chip.
With the Warriors.
Yeah. And no, with
the Lakers, the bubble
Lakers.
team, yeah.
And they was like, you were on that team, but you didn't get to play because of the injury or whatever. And like, did you get a ring? And he was just like, hell yeah, I got a motherfucking ring. He was like, how you feel? Do you feel that shit is earned or whatever? He was like, I got one. I earned that motherfucker. They wouldn't send it to me if I ain't earned the motherfucker.
That's funny.
You think they just randomly drew my name out of a hat? Like, send one of these to DeMar. I was cracking the fuck up. But yeah, man, the NBA it's always a tough time of the year because it's like, damn, like it don't be some shit to watch every night.
Yeah,
and we dealing with it now where it's just like tonight, like, man, I'm gonna go get some food. So like,
I'm not gonna lie. I've watched more basketball in the last 3 months than I have probably like in the last 13 years. Yeah. Every night I'm on every game. Games start at 7:30. I'm up till 2:30 watching games.
That shit, it be turned.
Watching inside the NBA afterwards and in between all that shit. Like it's been great. So the fact that we about to be without basketball for a couple of months, man. Once they get through this conference round and then the finals, it's gonna stink.
Yeah,
it's gonna stink.
Shit overseas.
All right, so let's talk about the weekend.
Oh yeah,
I want to give a huge round of applause, man. My man got married this weekend.
Oh yeah.
My man got married this weekend. It was fucking beautiful. They did a photo shoot on Broad Street. Then we all gathered, came and had a wonderful dinner. It was jokes. It was comedy. We made Jules give a speech. It was great. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It was great, man. And I just want to ask you, what has been as a newly married man, what's been the most fun and most rewarding part of it? About 48 hours in.
The most fun and rewarding part?
Yeah. It could be the celebration. It could be, the photo shoot, whatever it is. Whatever stuck out to you as like.
The people who don't know me personally.
Yeah.
Reaching out to say dope things and give their two. And I didn't even really post much because I'm waiting for like the official photos to come back for I like really start posting on like my actual page. Where I posted some shit on my story. But like I was getting voice notes and shit from like people I've never spoken to. That were just like, yo, like, I fucks with you and I fucks with y'all and just the energy around it, like, it don't feel like it's for fake. It don't feel like it's like some weird shit. Like, y'all just seem like genuinely good-ass people and I fucks with that shit was, like, kind of, like, nuts. Like, the picture I posted of me and Lee on the Union League steps, and my story normally gets watched a lot, but, of course, that was, like, ridiculous. It got, I think it was like 4,300 people that watched the story. Yeah. And then, you know how people like the shit with the heart? Yeah. There was like 2,500 likes on the joint. And then people leaving the heart out. Like, I literally last night was like, I started to finally go through the text messages, the DM. I'm still ain't even get through all because it's too much. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the amount of people who like reached out and, said that.
We was at the event yesterday. Somebody was like, yeah, I seen y'all doing y'all. Like, it's just like, you just never know.
When we was at Biblos the other night, motherfucker, yo, I seen y'all when y'all was doing the pictures just want to come say congratulations. I was just like, yeah, man, like, the shit was, it was dope. So Can I start with like how
Yeah,
we got
do
to
your thing.
where we got to? So me and her were like, neither one of us really wanted to have a wedding. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting to a place in life where I'm kind of just like mentally checking out of like a lot of the social norms,
societal
that go on.
norms and shit.
Yeah, because it's like a lot of things have become like competition almost. And I'm not really in competition with everybody. I more so just kind of want to do my thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing I fucks with her about like big time is that whatever I'm on, she kind of just be on. Like if I want to go to JG to go get sushi, she's with it. If I want to go to Burger King, she like, yeah, I heard the king is back. I'm like, yeah, the king is back, baby. Yeah. Baby. So I was having the thoughts when she was throwing it out to me, like, yo, what do you want to do for a wedding? Like, how do you know? And I'm really like thinking with myself. You remember me and you was talking like a couple times. I'm just like, I don't know what I want to do. Like, I don't know where I want to, like, do I want to rent a hall? Do I want to get a church? Do I want to, I really couldn't think of nothing. And the more and more I thought about it, I'm like.
Thinking too much.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, I don't know if I even want to have a ceremony, but I honestly didn't know how to say that to a young, pretty black woman. Like, yo, I don't really care to have a wedding. You know what I'm saying? And like, I just was like, I gotta like say this shit, just like whatever she like. If she want to have one, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? And I came. I remember the day I came to the crib and said, I was like, yo, I like been thinking about it a lot, and I don't know if I want to have like a wedding. And she was like, to be truthful, I don't want to have one. I was like, you want to go to Burger King? They do this shit down there.
They got 2 for $7.
Yeah, 2 for $7, baby. Yeah. But she was just like, yeah, true. She was like, I honestly didn't want to like upset you because she's like, you're popular and all that shit. And I was just like, yo, I really don't want to have one. And it was just kind of crazy that we both was on that type time.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm cool with just like going to the courthouse and then like having like a dinner. And I was like, yeah, the king got this private room. The one on decaf is nice. The private room, you got a soda machine in the private room.
You don't even got to share germs with the people out there.
One of them big, you know, them big joints where you can get vanilla root beer. Yeah, I'm like, that shit is nice in there. Yeah. But she just was like, yeah, I want to like go to City Hall and have a dinner. And I was just like, all right, cool. So we started like looking around, and we basically were on a tip like, it was supposed to be, initially it was like, we're going to do a dinner for like 15 people. Like our families and shit. Like maybe a couple very close friends. But the more and more, I'm like, I got multiple close friends, and I'm just like, yeah, we're going to probably be at like 25. You know what I'm saying? So then it was like, all right, we're going to be at 25. Then she started thinking about it like, all right, well, maybe so-and-so. Then it was like, all right, we're going to cap it at 30. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like, I'm going through the list, and I'm like, yo, I can't trim certain people off of this list. So I'm like, I don't know how to get under 30. So we started looking around at different venues, different venues in different places. And some of the numbers was cool. Some of the numbers, we wanted to do at Alpen Rose. Alpen Rose was like, y'all would have to shut down the restaurant and it'd be $24,000. And I was just like, yo, I will call the city and have a block party for $5,000 out front of y'all restaurant. Won't nobody come to that motherfucker. I said, what? Like, and so we started looking around, and we landed on Chima's. And it was like, yo, Chima, actually, they got decent private rooms. You got a variety of food options. Everybody can pretty much eat and shit, a bunch of different things.
They let you bring the 40s in.
Let you bring the 40s in. And then it wasn't even, the girl was like, yeah, in our room, you could hold up to 50. And I was like, oh, 50? We good money now. So, of course, now the list is 48. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, bet. So we in there. And that's where we wound up having it at. And something that was very important to me, like I said, I didn't really care for the wedding. But when I was young, I used to always see people doing pictures on Broad Street in their wedding outfits, formally dressed, tuxedo, nice wedding gown. And as a kid, I used to always see people doing it, and it was always white people. And I don't know why that shit just resonated with me when I was young, where I was like, yo, when I get married, I'm taking pictures on Broad Street. I'm going in the middle of the street and I'm taking pictures. And we went out to the end, and everything we did, we wanted very, very intimate. So when we actually signed the papers and exchanged vows, it was me, her mom, and Coco. When we went to do the pictures on Broad Street, it was me and my best friend, him. It was her and her best friend, Leah. And we went out there and did it. And the energy. Did you peep that shit? Like how people was like pulling over, beeping the horns, jumping out the car. People was taking pictures of us and shit.
Yeah.
And one of the ladies came over and was just like, I see people out here all the time, and it's never black people. And y'all look beautiful. And that shit, it fucked me up because I'm just like, damn, people experience the same shit I kind of always experienced in this. And it was just like dope to be out there and doing it and just having traffic like completely halt at one point. Like literally, I'm not joking. Like it was like stopping traffic, people blowing the horns, hanging out the roof, hanging out the sunroof, the windows. And that to me was like, damn, I did the shit I said I always was going to do. That's cool as shit.
Right.
Let's go get this motherfucking food. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I saw him. He wore a suit. I ain't seen him in a suit ever in my life.
First time ever.
First suit, man.
Yo,
clap it up for that first suit.
Nigga went to the prom dressed like Chris Tucker.
It was actually a leather Sean Johnson. I mean, it was 2001. I'm showing my age, but at that time, it was, you know.
Yo, straight up, like, and invited everybody and just, you know, I don't know, when the doors opened, I walked in the room and seeing everybody, it kind of hit me, was just like, damn, y'all ain't got shit to do tonight. All right, bet. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we got in there and man, we had a ball. Like I
had an absolute great time.
I had fun as shit. Deke was in there with his titty tat out, you know what I'm saying?
Man, shout out
He had
to
the deep V. The deep V.
Yeah, Jules. Yeah, you know.
Had the Lost Tribe of Shabazz shirt on.
Yeah, man. Deke was in there. Marv was in there. I don't know what Marv was on the other night. Marv was so quiet. I ain't never
Marv
seen.
was just like,
Marv was like, yeah. Marv sound like Dunbar.
Yo, Kev was like, Marv acted like a pastor that's around a bunch of sin. I don't want none of this.
disgusting. Mongrels.
Yeah. But man, my family was all in there. My pop, my sisters, you know, her whole family was in there. Her sister, grandma, aunts, all our friends. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? It was a fun ass time. Once the 40s came out, we started to let loose a little bit. I do want to give a couple people shout outs. First and foremost, I want to shout out Leah.
Got to.
Leah, we clap Leah up, man. Leah took care of like everything, the decorating, the cakes, the treats. She had a cool idea of taking like Polaroid pictures and then putting them in a book and getting people to sign next to their pictures. So now I got a whole book of like nice. Kev wrote a whole page.
Yeah, I saw it.
Like a whole page of words. Kev is crazy, but it just. That was cool as shit. Everything. She just was like above and beyond. She calm. You remember Lee was snapping the other day. Yeah. She calmly down at that because I Kanye Bear. I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling him like, yo, what I do? He was like, just leave, man. Just go to Yard House, man. Leave. Just leave to go. I'm like, So Leah was above and beyond excellent. I want to shout out y'all for the way y'all came through. The speech you gave was excellent.
Thank you.
You know, you a talker. I don't know what you was on with the speech.
Y'all put me on the spot in between Chad and Kev.
He came over and was like, yo, why the fuck y'all put me in?
Like, why was
I set my man up, man.
Yeah.
Set my man up.
Yeah.
It's cool.
But
from the heart.
It was. But it was honest. It was raw. And that's the beauty in where I was about to go with Kev. I want to give a shout out to Kev, man. The speech that he gave where he talked about being authentically you and people just accepting that's the reason I fuck with all of y'all the way I do is because we're all different. We're all into certain shit. Chad is a fashion nigga. That's been him since the day I met the nigga. Chad was around what's the new shit you wearing everybody's just getting on?
Oh, Solomon.
No, the RHU. The RHU
redesign a human uniform.
Like Chad was on that shit like a year ago, and it's like everybody just like he's around the corner with guys, but he never to me is like, won't you try to step it up a little bit? I like, listen, man, this is what you get, baby.
He accepts you for you.
Dog, I'm putting on a graphic tee, a hat, and I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Like certain people just ain't certain shit. And I love the fact that I never really tried to not be myself. And Kev spoke on that in the thing where it's just like doing it this way is just so authentically y'all. Right. Like this is y'all. You ain't trying to impress. You ain't trying to. This is y'all. Just the fact that you came in here with the fucking patent leather shoes on and immediately I turn around and you got on Concords. That's some you shit. And I'm like, yeah, I'm comfortable now. I can unbutton this fucking shirt. I'm good to go. And the speeches, man, I was just like, damn, like, and then y'all all brought us these niggas brought like eight 8 to 10 bottles of Mo. I'm just like, y'all could have just slid us the cash. This is just for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Hold this.
Yeah, hold this nephew. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pimp was there.
Shout out to Pimp.
Shout out Pimp, man.
Shout out to
Pimp said, man, I ain't know this shit was gonna be this formal. I ain't get you no card. I'm like, that's cool. He was like, hold on. He turned around.
Still in North Philly.
Here you go, man.
Don't spend it all on one place.
Yeah. Like, it was just seeing everybody just authentically be them and letting their hair down. And that was exactly what we wanted. And everybody got to the point where between Kev singing in the middle of the street, almost getting hit by the car, we ended up going, we went to Biblos. Jay Petty, shout out Jay Petty. Jay Petty hit me, was like, yo, festivities over, where y'all at with it? I'm like, yo, we at Biblos. He was like, no, really, where are y'all at? And I'm like, we at Biblos. He's like, are y'all with PJ Sucker? You were fried.
Hey man.
We had a ball, man.
I haven't been in Biblos probably in like going on 3 years. I go in that joint, my two homies at the bar.
It's funny because whenever he come into somewhere, you see people like
my two homies at the bar come back in section with y'all. Somebody else come in, send some more shots. I'm just like, yo, this is so bad. Yeah. I have an hour drive home.
This is so bad. Everybody, man, we had the edibles. Our cake is actually infused.
Oh shit!
Like the top part of the cakes, I'm just like, I'm not fucking with that.
Yeah, you go ahead and pass that my way.
Hey, like, dog, them donuts. Yo, you know people be like taking like a half of a donut or a third of a donut. Lee looked at me and was like, yeah, Jules ate 3 donuts. So I'm just like, what, man?
I was melting. Melting into the couch.
So people, the way the night ended, whatever, we get done, and I'm just like, yo, did anybody know where Jules went? They was just like, yeah, he dipped. I guess he went to his telly, whatever. So I'm thinking like, all right, cool. Lee go back up to the crib. Mind you, we stayed at the Marriott. Lee come up to the crib. She like, yeah, come get your friend. I'm like, what? Jules in my crib, knock the fuck out in the suit.
I mean, you know, at least I was safe.
Hell yeah, you made it there. He in there, knock the fuck out in the suit. I'm like, just roll his ass up in the carpet and take him down to the dumpster. Put him on the freight elevator and take him down to the dumpster.
Hey, man.
Hey, man, but we had fun, and it was just decent being around everybody, having everybody. Yeah. I really appreciate y'all pulling up. Shout out to Rod, Deke, C-Tez card. Lee was crying yesterday reading the card and shit. Yeah. C-Tez, like, it was cool.
Don't skip over the fact that we made you cry.
Oh yeah.
Don't skip that part.
I ain't gonna cry. No, cuz I ain't gonna cry.
What fucked me up was she started crying.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, and that's what caught me.
Like,
cause I was gonna get up, say some nice words, and go about my BI. When she started crying and bawling the way she did, it was just like
it transferred over to you.
Yeah, now I'm just like, damn, man, like, and it fucked me up because I couldn't even get off the words I wanted to get off because I was just like, fuck you crying for, you know what I'm saying? Like, tighten that shit up. Tighten that shit up right here.
Never show your emotions. Yeah. Be a man.
Be a man.
What's my in here?
No, it's just my allergies. Come on.
Yeah, be a man. But yeah, like I said, it was excellent. And you know, one thing I think that is very, very interesting. Everybody is like, yo, I had no idea Chima's food was as fucking good. Like, amazing. Everybody was hitting me about the shit.
And that
like,
garlic sirloin, oh my God.
Everybody was hitting me like, yo, you put me on, man. This is a sleeper joint.
I had Shima since 05. That's the last time I was
I went a couple years ago for one. My mom did one of her birthday parties. There might have been her 50th or whatever. We did it at Chima. It was probably like 10 or 12 of us or whatever. And I was like, I don't remember the food being this damn good.
Yeah. And like I said, so for me, I got everything I wanted out of like doing a day, you know what I'm saying, to like celebrate us. I got the pictures on Broad Street that I've wanted since I was young, and I got, shout out to Chris, certified. Shout out to Chris. Chris is all of that.
My doppelganger.
Yeah. Oh my God, y'all with them shirts. I forgot all about that. When we pulled up, Leah was like, let us know when y'all coming because Chris want to get shots of y'all walking in, whatever. So we pull up to the joint. Chris comes out. He don't got the camera up. He like comes to the car and was like, yeah, but just going to give you a heads up. Me and Chad got the same shit on. I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, me and Chad got the same shirt on for some odd ass reason. He was like, and this was my second option.
Yeah, it was my second option too. So both our second option was a freaky cheetah shirt.
Yeah. The picture of y'all doing the Spider-Man, y'all was cracking the fuck up. Yo. But Chris, man, he was amazing. He brought the big umbrella light. I didn't think we was doing all of that.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? He
yeah.
brought the
It
big
was a production.
It was a production, you know what I'm saying? And then you was out there with the umbrella. Yo, that was fucking hilarious. Yeah, man.
Carrying bags, holding umbrellas. I got
Yo, you know what I'm saying? He would take pictures. Umbrella. Jules come right. They was silly as shit. But we had a good ass time. And like I said, I got the pictures I always wanted on Broad Street with City Hall in the background. And I one thing I want to do is I want to do a big photo album like how they did back in the day. Like 'cause my parents had that. And I said that I wanted pictures with like my family and all my friends in one place. You know what I'm saying? So it was a couple people who couldn't make it. Steve couldn't make it. Kimber couldn't make it. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of salty about Zach and Sherelle couldn't make it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of salty about that. But the grand scheme, everybody was there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who was supposed to be there was there. And I have no complaints. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I feel like I got my ring on. I feel like a man.
Feel married.
Yeah, I feel you know what I'm saying? And we was in Renton Turtle the next day, and I came around the salmon joint, and I put my hand up, and it was this chick standing there, bad little chick. She I put my hand on the counter, and she looked like dead at my hand. I was like, I got to take this shit off. This is drawing, you know what I'm saying? This is drawing. Yeah. But yeah, all in all, man, I had a ball. The pictures, the videos, I'm still getting them. Like people are sending me shit. Like, you know, just the laughs we had. It was a moment. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely a cool little joint. I'm happy everybody like was there. Shout out to you for coming all the way the fuck over here for that. You didn't.
Nah, man. Thanks for having me. Like I wouldn't miss it for the world.
That's real shit.
Shout out to Anwar, Kevin, Dunbar.
Yo,
like 3 solid brothers that are letting us know you don't have to like sell drugs or be a basketball player to look good.
Yeah.
The clothes, the jewelry, the toolery, all that type stuff. So shout out to those 3 brothers, man.
Yeah, Anwar. I think Anwar. I got a card from. I think it's from Anwar because the verbiage was too lawyerly.
It was one of those 3 guys.
Because it doesn't have like a name. Like,
Okay.
It just says, you know, congratulations to y'all at the bottom of the card, but like the words in it are too.
You gotta be a lawyer.
Yeah, too opening statement-ish. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I feel like this is from Anwar. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Like I said, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? That shit was all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like just seeing like Chad, Big Dan, Ra, C-Tez, and Pimp sitting at a table. I'm like, I know that conversation funny as shit.
Oh yeah, we had
a time.
I said, I know that convo funny as shit over there. Then I look up, I see Taj, Kev, Dunbar, Anwar, and Abby and them sitting at one time. I'm like, I know that funny. Like, and I'm at the table with all of the family. I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Us pausing the server 97 times was hilarious.
When they brought in all the bottles of Mo and Kev had the open bottle and Rebecca was like, you want to hold on to the bottle? He was like, I'll hold on to it just in case I got to top anybody off. And Geek was like, whoa. Hey, yo. I don't know why, but I looked directly at Deke and he jumped the fuck up and ran out of the room. That was some funny ass shit, man. But it just show how you can just be silly and be serious at the same time. In the midst of those speeches, we can still be us. Even the 40s where they get Deke was like, yeah, man, we got to get a video with the motherfucking 40s. And the 40s came out, and Deke was like, your dad is disgusted with us.
Kalia stopped taking the photo. Just saw Mr. Wall looking. She was like,
oh, Deke was like, your dad is disgusted with us.
Shout out Mr. Wall.
Yeah, man. It was fun. It was all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely have no complaints. Like I said, I got everything I wanted. And, you know, didn't have to go on no crazy shit. And somebody hit me and was like, yo, I'm on the same type time, like him and his wife. He's like, we really don't want to have like a wedding, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, to each his own. Oh, shout out Los, because Los' wedding was actually this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, him and Amanda got married.
Man.
Shout out to them. They actually did it down in Cabo. They did like a destination, because A Boogie was down there DJing and shit, whatever.
Oh, yeah, Nazi did everybody hair. Yeah,
Okay.
she was down there.
Who?
Nazi Twazi.
Nazi Twazi. She did all the girls' hair down there.
Okay.
Oh, wait, the dancing girl from Philly?
The one that was climbing on the ceiling?
Yeah, she do hair now.
She do hair. She's a phenomenal hair dude. She been doing hair.
Oh, I never knew.
Yeah, her social media antics was her second hustle.
Yeah, it's a side hustle.
Her second hustle.
I thought she just okay.
Shout out Nazi Twazi. Shit, I didn't know that. But yeah, Lo got married down there and shit, and you know everybody has their way, and that's one thing I kind of like try to preach on this show is do what the fuck make you happy. That's I got like people this weekend were like asking me like, yo, what's the key to a successful marriage? I'm like, I don't know, it's on my third day out here, nigga. Yeah, it's only my third day out this. I don't fucking know. But I'll tell you this much: do what the fuck make y'all happy, not other people, not anybody else. If y'all want to get married in front of the fucking firehouse on your block where y'all met, do that shit. If y'all want to get married in Dubai, do that shit. If y'all want to get married in a fucking airplane 30,000 feet, do whatever the fuck makes y'all happy. You try living for other people, you're not living. You're going to drive yourself up a fucking wall. And that's something I just like feel so good about in recent years where it's like I've detached from everybody else's rhetoric. Ain't no right or wrong way to do this shit. You just got to do what's you. That's reality.
That's solid advice.
That's just real. Like, people kind of get wrapped up in, like, I'm going to do this for, you know what I'm saying? We're going to do it for, like, and Kev said it, like, doing it for the gram. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing it for the ability to, like, stunt or show off. And it's just, you know, that ain't me. So, like, literally, and that's the one thing I fuck with Lee about, like, more than anything is the fact that it's, like, I don't ever feel less than or like even when I feel like drawing, I'm not doing too much. When I don't feel like doing nothing crazy, I ain't shit. Yeah, it's none of that. Like, you just mad. And that's when you can let your hair down completely and just be you, where it's like, we might go to Eddie V's, we might go to the King. We eating. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't got nothing else to say for you. Like, you know, people kind of just got to do what worked for them. It's funny because I was the other day, Dan is going, do you want a Claritin or something? Like, the other day I was watching, I don't know how I started watching, but one of these relationship podcasts, Jones, and I'm just like, yo, none of this is good advice. Like, none of this is going to help people out, yo.
9 times out of 10, none of y'all are in successful relationships.
That, too. It's
or
just,
in any relationship.
Or in any Like, you got to post the person you with an emoji. Why are people listening to you as far as what you should do? And then you realize what works for relationship advice is what the same thing I tell everybody. Do you.
Yeah.
Because what works for you ain't going to work for Dan. What worked for him ain't going to work for me. What worked for me ain't going to work for you. It's just not. And people have this thing where it's like, no, because bro got 1.1 million followers. And he said, and that's how we're making decisions for life.
Like, well, bro made 87 videos in a dark room by himself, reading from a script.
What you say
telling
about
y'all
Lou talking to a vacuum cleaner?
Yeah, talking into a motherfucking vacuum, like, for 9 hours at a time. So it's like, do with that what you will.
Straight up. But all in all, like I said, it was dope. You know, can't wait for the photos to come back. I have no complaints. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, I saw a little bit. Let's talk about it because people was like asking me like, what's the good, what's the bad, what's the ugly? You see like little slick shit that said, you know, because people are like slick, you know, and I say it all the time.
Hoes mad.
The problem that I have with a lot of people just in general is I'm funnier than all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? like no bullshit. I'm funny than a motherfucker. And it's like, before you start trying to be funny, remember that I'm funny as shit.
I can get funny.
I can get real funny. Before we start acting funny and doing funny shit, just remember, I'm hilarious. Like, I'm a laugh riot. And I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of just want to do me. You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
if need be,
I got some material. You know what I'm saying? That I've perfected. So it's just like, you know, it is what it is when it comes to that. I don't trip off none of that bullshit, man. I had a good-ass weekend. Y'all was all there. Everybody I was with seemed to have a good-ass time. Facts. We got pictures for days, videos for days. You with the, oh, my God. What? When we went to the joint with Lil Baby, you sleep with the Lil Baby shit.
I mean, you know, certain songs wake you up.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
That was a funny ass joint. The next day, shout out to Morgan and Chelsea.
Before we even get to that, Mother's Day.
Yeah, okay, because it was Mother's Day.
It was Mother's Day.
Going.
Shout out to all the mothers worldwide, all the mothers that's watching this show, all the mothers, everybody out here who has a mother. We appreciate y'all. Yesterday was a great day, man. It was beautiful in Philadelphia on Mother's Day. Minus the loss.
Yeah, it was nicer than the day before. We had umbrellas and shit out there. You know what I'm saying? Umbrellas. You and your mom saw y'all went to Rex.
With the Rex at the Royal, we had a great brunch. They had the live band. They had the live band pumping. The food service was excellent. I had the short rib hash. They gave you more hash than short rib. Wasn't a lot of short rib in there.
That was about right.
But it was pretty freaking tasty. But yeah, overall, the atmosphere was very nice. I think that they probably, like a lot of restaurants, overstated how busy they thought they were going to be and got real tight with like the reservations and stuff. And they probably missed out on some business yesterday. Because I had a whole thing about moving my reservation up so that I can make sure I made it to seat at the table.
Okay.
And I was in there like, where the fuck is everybody at?
Damn.
Like a solid 40 people. Nobody was upstairs. It was like fairly empty. So, yeah, they probably overstated how busy they thought they was going to be.
Okay. And then we did the seat at the table.
Did a seat at the table.
I enjoyed it.
I had a great time. I had the Sixers game on. Once the game came on, free food, free liquor, free hookah.
I'm going to talk about the hookah. So yesterday, you know, it was a political event.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I got in there. I saw people were running for council member. People are running for seats on this. And people are running.
Somebody running for judge.
Running for judge. Is all these. So we're at Reserve. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Reserve, but Reserve is a nightclub.
Yes.
Used to be Pinnacle. Not,
Used to be
Pinnacle. Yeah.
No, Pinnacle was next door. That was Lux Lounge.
Lux Lounge. Okay.
I think before that it was something, and way before that it was Brave New World, and way
I knew
before,
it was Brave New World.
Yeah.
That was like the late 80s.
Yeah.
Where you going after?
That was my pop era.
Where you going after Brave New World? We're going to Gotham, nigga.
Brave New World was the shit.
Yeah. But it's a nightclub. It's a club. And I know from you that a club's business is to sell you anything we can get our hands on.
Yes.
That's the way it works. Anything you need, we can go find the shit. So I come in yesterday and I see like, okay, she had our section set up in the front. She's like, I gave y'all the joint right here with the TV, whatever. I'm like, okay, great, cool. She's like, you know, it's free food, all that in the back, the open bar. I'm like, who should I see about hookahs? And Morgan is like, man, this is.
He was disgusted.
He was like, man, this is not. No, I'm like,
what you mean?
I'm like, no, but like, I'm like, Jules is here, Big Dan is coming. I'm like,
what we doing? What we doing with no shit?
I'm like, I need a hookah or whatever. So she was like, you could talk to Chelsea. I don't know. I'm like, okay. So I asked Chelsea, whatever. Chelsea was like, I'm gonna go see, whatever. I'm just like, I'm going to the source. Who owns this goddamn? Who owns this club? I found one of the girls that worked there. I'm like, hey, can you give me the hookah menu? She was like, yeah, okay. She looked around. Was
Now
like,
that you mention it.
So she went and got the little thing you screenshot or whatever, QR code, pulled it up. I'm like, yeah, let us get 2 of those. Let us get Love 66 and this, and let us get Mint and this. And she was like, all right, cool, I'm going to go do it. So she go do it. When she came down the steps with and they got Ozzy Wright hookahs at the joint. When she came down the steps with the big, I'm talking about them political people was looking at my section like, what? Because motherfuckers had their kids in there. Yeah. And I was just like, why is it kids in the, like, regardless, it's
I'm sparking his hookah.
Regardless, I don't care about secondhand emphysema. Like that. Why is it kids in the club? You know what I'm saying? When we sparked it, and I was trying to be subtle about it.
Big gas.
Jules stood the fuck, mind you, he's 6'10". The nigga stood up, put that shit in there. Big
gas. When you need your fix, you need your fix.
Hey, you gotta have it, man.
Need your shot. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta have it. So
Morgan came over. Morgan just like sat down and looked at me. I'm like, hey man.
And then, sure enough, about 18 minutes later,
then the next thing you know, you see Ernest Owens in there with a hookah. These motherfuckers, it was hookah.
All it takes is the first person.
Yeah, because people don't be knowing like, is we on
that?
I'm always on that.
I'm always on that.
But it's smoke.
I'm like, I got Jules and Dan with me. We on that regardless.
You know me and Dan on.
Dan came in and Dan was like, I'm pretty sure ain't neither of them all men.
Yeah,
We
I know
like,
this. I know y'all smoking Reggie.
He was like, y'all smoking Reggie?
That ain't no Zaza. That all men.
Y'all smoking Reggie or is that all men? We like, nah, it ain't no. Yeah.
Zona,
The girl would have got another hookah, boarded down. I was like, that's all men. She was like, that's what he asked. That's what he asked.
Listen, that's the Dan special, man.
Yeah. And I'm looking around. I'm like, yo, it's more hookahs than it is like bottles in this joint. Like, yeah. So it was like, yeah, like people really do be like nervous. I told you I went to Boog Johnny at the watch party, and everything in there said reserved. People was like, I mean, reserved for us.
Who was it reserved? Who all coming?
Who? How you on the reserve list? Because like people be like afraid of like getting in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But we had a good ass time yesterday, man. Once the hookahs came, the drinks was rolling.
Yeah, my only pushback from yesterday is those Casamigos Sunrises that we was drinking. I forgot that shit has orange juice in it. I'm allergic to orange juice. That shit fucked me up. Man. Like I was like wobbling a little bit after a while, and I had to like flush it with water.
I thought you was fried.
Yeah, no, it was the orange juice.
Too many open.
It was the orange juice, man. Fucked me up.
You're allergic to a lot of shit.
I'm allergic to everything. Me and my mom's whole brunch conversation with food allergies. Like, she's like, all right, so I got this. I was oh yeah, I got that from you. I just found out.
Like, what he not allergic to, I'm allergic to. Then what he is allergic to, I'm not allergic to.
Yeah, I found out yesterday I'm allergic to MSG because my mom is too. She's like, yeah, if you can't have certain seasoning, it's the MSG. That's what's messing up. I'm like, yeah, I can't have Old Bay seafood seasoning. None of that shit.
I can eat a pig's ass. Ain't nothing gonna fuck with me.
Came out with them, they like pork sausage.
Ew.
You like
Right here. Brian ordered a special. He was like, yeah, no, when y'all bring them sausages back out, man.
He throw them jaws back around.
He took the whole
just slide the whole skewer on the plate one time. Yo, nah, I can eat anything. No shit bother me. I ain't allergic to nothing. Like, only thing I'm allergic to, ironically, is bee stings. If I get stung by a bee,
it's over. It's a wrap.
Have your what's it? EpiPen.
Yeah.
I keep my jaw with me.
Yeah, if I get a bee sting, my whole shit will swell up. Like I got one before, my whole arm swelled. That shit was nuts. Like, but yeah, man, this weekend was fun as hell, man. We was all over the place. Last night, me and Dunbar went out. Me, Lee, Dunbar, and Mari, and we Dunbar was like, I'm picking where we going, man. 'Cause you always got me going somewhere far as shit. The place he picked was literally in a plaza down the street from his house. He like, yeah, this is perfect. I can get fried and go right there.
It's gonna be an easy drive.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Straight line.
That's it.
Straight, you know what I'm saying? Earth is flat, baby. I'm going straight, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, all in all, man, I had a ball. We about to go get some food after this shit, because you sliding tomorrow.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
The big country of Qatar.
Yeah, man. I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas was amazing this weekend, man. We had fun. You know what I'm saying? And I had like little reservations going into it, because you know her worrying, you know how that rub off, you know. And I'm
how you second guessing?
But I'm just like, what the fuck am I? We going to dinner and
family,
and I know y'all. Like I know just the way, like seeing Kev acting a fool in the street. That's some us shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The funniest part was, Chad made his speech, then you made your speech, then Kev made his speech, and I was like, let Dunbar say something. I was like, yeah. Fucks with y'all, man. Like, y'all cool. Y'all real cool. I just got a black sub for retail. Man.
Check it out.
You know the new movement. It's $32.85. My man just got an AP. Just a bunch of watch talk.
None of this shit you talking about.
Incoherent watch talk.
Yeah. You gonna buy some sneakers or some shisha?
Yo.
I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Straight up. The my stepmom was mad. I put on sneaks at the joint. I'm like, hey man, I got to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
A Penrose nigga.
Hey man, what you want me to do? Got to put on sneaks. You actually wore dress shoes. I was kind of shocked.
I wore shoes.
Yeah. I figured for sure you was going
on sneaks like us, Chad.
Yeah,
I thought about it.
Me too.
I thought about it. I couldn't find any like shoes that fit the right aesthetic. Okay. Like
I think the first shirt threw you off, right? Your first
exactly threw my whole shit off. But I was wearing shoes regardless.
Okay,
all right.
I was wearing shoes regardless, but I was just like, all right, I could try. It didn't work, so I'm gonna just wear the shoes.
Yeah, I
pushed it up.
Yeah, I seen John like Chad got on real dress shoes. And I was
like, I'm looking like the nigga. Yeah, got on dress shoes, everybody.
I only own a pair of dress shoes.
Dog, listen.
Nah, I wore patent leather shoes just because, formal with the tux or whatever. But I knew when I got in the joint, I'm like, I'm kicking these shits. I'm going to wear them in, and that's it. Because I had them on all day. We was doing pictures and shit. I was over it after a while. But can we talk about how Taylor Swift had the shit fucked up this weekend?
Yesterday, after the seat at the table, I went down there not knowing that that's what I was going to. I was going to Navy Federal to make a deposit. I'm driving on Broad Street, and I'm looking
at Navy Federal.
It's one at the Navy Yard. It's an ATM. You can make straight deposit.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I
I've never fucking do that.
Yeah.
That's like your little low spot.
Niggas, it's an ATM.
I'm just saying.
No, this bank you was telling them about.
ATM line gonna be long.
Niggas really will keep everything on the look.
Yeah, we gatekeep everything.
This is department store. Don't you know what I'm saying?
So I go down there.
I got a funny joke with you.
So I'm driving down Broad Street or whatever. And the closer I get to the stadium, I start to see like more and more like pink sequins, like shorts, skirts, pants.
The Swifties.
And I'm just like,
The Swifties.
and I'm just like, yo,
That's what they call
I'm
it.
like, yo, what is going on here? And then I get to the light at Broad and Pattinson, and then it all hit me, and I'm like, Taylor Swift. I literally see people coming from every direction. People is walking from the NovaCare. People is walking up Broad. People are walking from the Navy Yard. People are walking from the other direct. Like, they're going everywhere. I'm like, yo, it don't look like this at an Eagles playoff game. Like, and this was at what, like 5:30 or something like that? So it's like fairly early. I'm like, what time do this show start?
Probably not till 7.
She had that shit on smash down there, yo.
I know it was 3 shows.
Yeah, 3 shows.
Dude, she did 3 shows: Friday night, Saturday, Sunday night. So we stayed at the Marriott on Market Street. So when I booked it with credit card points, of course. So we used credit card points for 2 nights. If you would have paid cash without using the credit card point system, dude, mind you, I'm an elite now with Marriott Bonvoy, so you basically can skip a couple lines and shit. Booking that room cash would have been $900 a night.
That's crazy.
The A-Loft at the airport was $675 a night. Everything in the city was either booked or ridiculously expensive. Because Kev was like, yo, I'm going to book a room in Four Seasons. I'm staying downtown. So we partying all night. And I'm like, dog, Four Seasons completely booked. He's like, what the fuck you talking about? I got my peoples at Four Seasons. I'm staying at Four Seasons. I was like, all right, he hung up. He called me back. Yeah, my people said, ain't no way, ain't no go down there.
People said they overbooked.
I'm not staying
They
at
had can you believe they had 103% occupancy?
got a waiting list.
Dog, the W was charging $1,205 a night. It was ridiculous.
Shout out to the Swifties.
So we at the Marriott, it was so, when we came back Friday night, I'm talking like you say, sequin skirts, cowboy boots. Can you remember, because you was out there with us that first night. It was so many people just in that aesthetic to the point where he looked it up like, what is the purpose in this uniform? And it's like, that's her thing. Like, she cowboy boots, sequins, and cowboy, like, and she got a song called Cowboy Boots and something else. Like, that's her shit. Dog. We was fucking with the people like, how was the show? Like, because we was acting like we was interested in her. The white girl was like, oh my God, it was amazing. You need to go. It will change your life. She's like, she did 44 songs. I'm like, Taylor Swift got 44 bangers. Got 44 bangers. I was like, damn, T Swift got 44 heat bangers. I did not know that.
She'll smoke a versus.
I was like, yo, she'll smoke you in the verses.
It just really illustrates how much that's a whole different world than the one that we operate in.
That's what did I tell you that? I'm like, yo, as somebody who's doing entertainment and media now, it's not that I'm necessarily, because even like people's like, yo, you're a Taylor Swift fan. I'm like, no, it's not that I don't know any of this shit really.
Yeah.
But I respect the ability to get 60,000 people to come somewhere multiple nights.
3 nights in a row.
That's insane.
That's goat shit.
Standing outside.
And dog, the people was telling us was like, you just go to the stadium and you can hear the whole concert outside. You don't even got to get tickets. I'm like, so y'all didn't go into the motherfucker? No, fuck no. The people was like, it's better outside than going in. I'm like, that's the shit Chris Brown was talking about when you can't get in the like, motherfucker tell you it's better outside than in when you ain't even go in the motherfucker. Like, it's crazy as shit.
That's why venues started charging lawn seats.
Yeah. Right.
Bring your lawn chair, sit here.
One guy was telling us at the hotel, his daughter just graduated high school. Her and her friends wanted to go, but he couldn't get tickets for nowhere, so he's just sending them to London.
Oh, shit.
To go to the one out there. He's like, I got wound up getting some tickets for the one in London, so they all go in there. I'm like, yo, I'm getting married tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? You
Got a little 5,500 for a player.
Toss me a little.
yeah, he throwing shit around, playing like, you know, but yeah, no, Taylor Swift had everything. Like,
Yeah, Taylor Swift is a big fucking deal, man.
the Uber shit was through the roof apparently the other day. Like I said, the hotels, it was nuts seeing all them people downtown and that shit. Funny as John, like I told you, if you think about it. So you know he loves YSL cologne.
Okay.
That's his shit. He loves the YSL. And I always make jokes like, I hate YSL. I hate it. It's the worst
Well,
shit.
I like the original one.
La Nuit.
He loves that.
I love the original one, and then the La Nuit. I love all the rest of them Jones is like cut the deck with the rest
But
of that shit.
I hate it. But I got a bottle of the shit.
Yeah.
So when he finally got up and was like, yeah, I'm at your crib, I'm gonna take a shower, I'm gonna slide back out. I'm like, all right, cool, just meet me downtown. So when I come back up and come to our crib, you know how I got all them colognes in the joint? The YSL is in the back all the time because I never use it. It's just always in the back. When I came in the bathroom, the YSL was sitting right at the front of the sink. I'm like, I know that nigga was in
Yes, sir.
I know that nigga was in here that
That La Nuit got so popular.
The La Nuit shit smells good.
The La Nuit got so popular, they discontinued it and then they brought it back as with a different scent. People boycotted for like a year to get them to bring the OG fragrance mix back or whatever, and then now it's back to being a bestseller.
So the day of the actual dinner and all of that shit, when I was getting dressed putting the suit on, he came to my room because we was putting all the shit on together.
Yeah.
So when he came in, he was like, he had the suit, whatever. And I was just like, I just got out of the shower, was starting to get dressed, and he was like, you figured out what cologne you gonna wear? I'm like, it ain't gonna be YSL. And he burst the fuck out laughing. So he was like, yo, I'm going back to the whip, whatever the fuck he was doing. So I got dressed. Now what I did wear to the John was I wore the gold fluidity as a base, but then I mixed it with a Byredo. So when he walked back in the room, whatever he came and he sat out, he was like, yo, I ain't gonna hold you. Whatever you sprayed smells amazing, yo. I was like, yeah, nigga, this ain't that YSL. He's like, whatever the fuck you spray smell good as shit. I'm like, yeah, you gotta leave them YSLs alone, dog. I was cracking the fuck up off of that. But like I said, man, all in all, the weekend was fun as shit. We hung out. We was in the streets. Yeah.
Didn't y'all go to like a cookout or something yesterday?
We went to a Jamaican cookout randomly.
Yeah, on
See you posted a seafood boil.
Yeah, well, I told you Dunbar took me to a seafood boil. When we pulled up on the block, he was like, oh, man, I didn't know we was coming the fuck out here. And I was like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? This is my people's or whatever. We in there, the boy was like, yo, you want some jerk chicken? You want some oxtails? He was like, I'm a vegetarian. He was like, I ain't got nothing for you.
He said he got some rice.
He said he got some rice.
I got white rice for you, dog.
Yeah, man, we was all over the place this weekend. It was fun, man. Like I said.
No, we didn't do? Go bowling.
Did you want to go bowling?
I do.
We were actually thinking about Harp and Crown, but they was booked.
Yeah. Don't you gotta book that joint like 90 days in advance or some crazy shit like that?
They was booked. Brooklyn Brawl was booked.
Damn.
And then, yeah, they was booked. And Lucky Strike said they had enough space for 8 people. But I was like, we was deeper than that going to Bibelo's. I'm like, it's 15 of us going here. So I was like, we can go to Elmwood. You know what I'm saying? Yo, in there with all the lights on.
You know.
Yeah, man. But like I said, all in all, I had a ball, man. I had fun. Kev is hitting us now. Like, where the fuck y'all at?
Okay.
Y'all got anything else y'all want to throw out there?
Wrap this up.
Did anything else happen we need to discuss?
I mean, yeah, there's some other stuff, but we could save it for Patreon. Yeezy is officially back.
Oh, yeah.
And then Vice has officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So I want to talk about that. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. And then Rolly fought a 102-year-old man this weekend.
And almost lost.
Got punched up, got dropped in the 3rd round.
Oh, I know something for sure I want to mention real quick. I seen this the other day. So, you know, Air is available on Amazon Prime now.
Yeah.
And I started reading into it, and people are like, they can't believe that Air wasn't a box office success because the budget was $70 million, only made like 73.
Okay.
In the box office. And I'm looking at it like people are like, yo, how is an Air like a well-received movie? And I'm like, it's a Michael Jordan-less Michael Jordan movie. What the fuck did y'all expect?
Soon as I found out Michael Jordan wasn't in it, I was over
When
it.
I saw the previews and the only black people I saw was Marlon Wayans and Chris Tucker, I'm like, I know Marlon Wayans ain't Jordan. Chris Tucker could play Jay Prince. Not Michael Jordan. Yeah, but not Michael Jordan. And then I started reading into it and it was like, they're basically keeping Jordan like a mythical figure so you don't actually see him. And I was like,
yeah, I'm actually not going to see
and
this
I'm
movie.
like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever. Like, imagine them coming out with a movie called Hulkamania, right? And it's like, yeah, new movie Hulkamania starring Al Pacino as Vince McMahon, Robert Duvall as Gorilla Monsoon, and Barbara Streisand as the Hulk Mama. You like, who the fuck is the Hulk? like they really got a Jordanless Jordan movie.
Yeah, they over.
This is where we at in the
they
Jordan
over
shit.
they over artsied it. Like they made it too artsy to where it's like it alienated the typical moviegoer.
If y'all don't go get Michael
The
Jakes
movies
out
is
of jail,
$25 a person. There's no way in hell I'm paying $50 for two people to see a Jordanless Jordan movie.
that's not what I'm doing.
Y'all got me
today.
fucked up.
Yeah, straight up.
But I heard it was good.
I don't know.
I've heard it was very good. Somebody I know said it was
I saw
5
that
stars.
it had high ratings as
good.
far as the critical side,
Yeah.
but I'm telling you commercially why people it's like you like that's like them coming out with a movie called Bubba Chuck and ain't no Iverson in it.
Just mad niggas from
Loretta
Virginia.
Devine as AI mom.
Back of some braids. The back of a nigga with braids.
Yeah, like where the fuck is Allen Iverson at? It's like it's strange.
But they said that's how they did Jordan. Like it's like a silhouette. Like,
Yeah, it's
he
like
just
a
left the room.
it's like a figure, and it's just like no, like Jordan is a human being. He is an alcoholic human being. We gotta
A
stop
gambling
this
ass
shit.
nigga from
You ever
from
seen
Brooklyn.
Jordan when he do the joke? He was like, he's like, yeah, I don't have no gambling problem. I like to gamble, but it don't get in the way enough. I just like to gamble. I'm like, yo, Mike look like a.
You sound like a nigga with a gambling problem. I don't know if you know, but this didn't help. We don't feel better about your gambling problem after you did this.
Jordan was dead. That shit up there was like he was rubbing his face. I don't got no gambling problem. I mean, I like the fun. You know, I like.
Sometimes I throw the bones, do a little something now.
Pitching corners with the security guard.
And like Mike, you went to Atlantic City from New York after a playoff game. Well, I mean, there ain't no way to gamble in. I mean,
I like the gamble.
y'all ain't got no casinos.
Some casinos. I could have gone to Connecticut.
Yeah.
Ain't bad enough pitching corners with security guard.
David Stern said, Mike, listen, we got to have a talk. Mike like, yeah, man, Chicago going for 4 in a row next year. He was like, oh, they going for it, but your ass,
You ain't.
your ass is going to play wiffle ball.
Birmingham Barons.
But yeah, man, I seen that Jordanless Jordan movie, and I'm just like, people are really shocked that this show didn't do well. And it's like, what did y'all think, yo? Like, y'all set yourselves up for that one.
Yeah, they saw Ben Affleck and believed the hype. Thought that shit was gonna sell. No, thank you. The American public not as dumb as y'all thought. I'm gonna watch it on Prime. Now I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, shit, this on.
fire
Yeah, I got the
sticks.
fire sticks. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna watch it. I'll be watching all that shit.
I'll be back with a review.
Shout out to our guy. We can't call his name.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna watch it on Fire Stick.
Yeah, never mention your name. You know what I'm saying? It's funny while we sitting here. Look at the text I just got. We're interested in getting them fire sticks.
Hey, listen, we got a guy.
Let them know it ain't 600 channels. Though.
Yeah.
341.
Ain't enough porn channels in that
There's
joint.
a couple Triple X channels
Yeah.
missing,
Yo.
allegedly.
I peeped the other day though. Remember it was when I said it was 325?
Yeah.
It's 367 now.
Okay.
Yeah, so I
But
sent
the
him a
most
text.
boring
Scrutiny works.
Is Pinky XXX on
I didn't check. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
No, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if Pinky,
I sent him a text. I said, yo, it's 40 more channels. He left me on red. So
Nut ass nigga.
yeah.
I said the number was 600.
Yeah. I mean, when you cross into the forest, bitch.
Playing in my face right
Yeah, straight up. But I got nothing else, man. Y'all got anything I want to throw out there?
now. As usual, man, follow us on social media at official TRP everywhere. My personal social media, cdiddy.trpe. No IG Jules. At Matt Makes Me Sick. At Done Being Big. Website, officialtrp.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you're not subscribed, because 77% of y'all aren't, hit the subscribe button and also like this video for the algorithm so people can see this joint.
Absolutely. I'm out of this bitch.
Peace.
Peace.